screaming on Twitter when you said Cardi verse better than anything Megan Thee Stallion ever put out.
Alright, so I started recording like 7 seconds ago.
And nobody don't give a fuck about no.
We live. We're live.
And don't send me up.
Yeah.
I would tell you. Yeah.
He gonna let it go. Hey, Vicky. Like old Vicky.
Yo.
Oh my God.
That's what I said.
Hey, someone love.
Hey. Yo, shout out to Agree to Disagree. One time.
Oh man. What's good, Joe?
Yeah.
It's Agree to Disagree episode 9.
Yo, Almighty Love said it first. That Cardi verse better than anything Megan Thee Stallion ever put
I
out.
forgot what the
Actually,
episode was.
we can talk about
So you
that
just want to
because
like space it out?
We can talk about
it's Agree to Disagree episode 9. It's your boy Shiloh. I'm just Shiloh
You
today.
don't call yourself that ever.
Yeah.
Almighty
Shiloh.
low on the mic.
Follow me on Twitter at Shiloh, YouTube Shiloh.
You're
Your
not
Twitter's
gonna
really
find
just
shit.
Shiloh?
Nah.
But follow me on Twitter Almighty Low 1, YouTube Almighty Low, Instagram Almighty Low. To my right I got Darren.
What's good?
Jive Talk, or Big Mike Brother, or Young Kettlefoot,
Okay.
or Rocky Son, or go ahead, bro.
What's the nipple one?
What's the nipple
You have a name with nipple in it.
Do I? Hold up.
Young Nipple Licker 88.
Nah.
Yo, you do.
Nipple face?
I don't know.
That's
Peanut
not
Butter
me. That's a
God.
contact in my phone.
Oh.
Peanut Butter God.
Oh.
Swag.
Go ahead.
Is that an airplane?
That's another airplane. Yo, this is
We
ridiculous.
finna get bombed.
Go ahead, go.
Go ahead, yeah.
Iran, war with Iran, crazy. Okay, to the right of Darren, because he don't want to introduce none of his social medias, is Barsant.
Hey.
Okay.
I do that every time. I don't know why.
That's a fact. It's still funny.
I don't need no introduction. I'm gonna do my own shit. You feel me?
All right, right.
This Trademark the God. You already know. Follow me on Twitter at Trademark the God. Follow me on Instagram. Same handle. You already know where to find me at. In the cut with Fredo. You already know. Shouts out my boy.
R.I.P. Fredo.
R.I.P. Fredo. That's my time.
Carly didn't send the topic, so.
Yes, I did.
Oh, bet. So Carly did send the topics.
Yeah.
See, you already hating on Barsant.
Oh my God.
What's up with you?
Did it before it even started.
The first thing I do want to talk about, we haven't recorded in around a month.
It's been a while.
Just a quick thing, pretty much like a week after we even recorded the passing of Nipsey Hussle. If you don't know who that is, he's a very important person in the black community.
Very.
He taught pretty much everybody, you can say the youth, but even older people who are older than him, you know, how to really manage your money, how to start investing in your own businesses inside your own community. Even if you don't like rap or if you don't like his music, you kind of have to respect of what he did for the community and what he pretty much, even when he's gone, what he's going to do for the community.
Niggas gonna respect his music too. I don't give a fuck about that. That nigga had bars, straight up.
Yeah,
if you ain't like music, you ain't a fan of rap.
I mean, that's,
he a real rapper.
I mean, that's fair. I'm just saying in the point of,
Straight from the bottom to up.
In the point of outside of even liking his music, like
Nah, I feel you though.
You gotta respect
him as a man. Like I feel that.
So I just wanted to take a quick moment of silence. Just all right, we cool.
That's one love for Nip.
Got a lot to learn from that man, so pay attention.
He's preaching
Look him up.
that power shit from the young days.
Facts.
I mean,
What topic we kicking it off with? Because it's too quiet right now. Niggas, we're losing.
I miss my nigga Nip. Dedication, hard work plus patience. The sum of all my sacrifice. I'm done waiting. Come on, man. Niggas don't even know.
So what are we gonna start with?
all right. Let's start with music.
Damn. Okay.
Alright.
Let's start with music here.
Real quick, we start with music. I just want to give a quick shout out to my boy Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? Check out the local artists. You know what I'm saying? He makes some good
There's
music.
a couple of local artists.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Put on a couple of local artists.
I'm not doing
you know
that.
what I'm saying?
Fuck all them niggas.
Wow, that's crazy.
They don't pay me nothing.
I mean, you right. It ain't
That's a
about
fact.
paying. It's
That's
about
a fact.
putting on for your time. You know
Yeah, that's also a
I'll
fact.
put
Shout out
on.
a couple
I'll
of
put
local
on.
business.
I'll put on when I listen to some good music.
Put on. Alright, put you on to some of his music then.
Okay.
Alright, bet.
We'll see.
Listen to Michael Jackson say that.
I mean, he good.
Survival the EP.
I mean,
gotten
I
better.
didn't
Yeah.
battle.
It's progression. Every artist get better.
Facts.
You already know what's
I
up.
remember
for
when
me.
he didn't want to curse, and I was like,
Yeah, that's when I was like,
Cause he a Christian. It's part of
And
his
then
faith.
I didn't even want to like rap with him.
Ain't you
I didn't want to be
Christian?
on any of his tracks at that point.
Am I Christian?
Yes.
I don't discuss religion.
All right, bet.
At
That's
all?
I don't discuss my religion as a personal choice.
What's your religion?
Okay.
I don't discuss
Just
it.
said he
I
doesn't
tried to get
discuss
him.
it.
I was trying to get him slipping. Come on.
I'm gonna catch him
Rude,
slipping.
though.
Watch.
You ain't gonna catch me slipping.
I
I believe there is a God. I can say that.
Oh, we
just
talking about
discussed
music.
the
Hold,
religion.
You just, I already called him slipping already.
I just want to let you know. I just,
All right, bet. So,
Let's go back on
in
topic,
terms of
man.
music,
free YNW Melly, free Take K.
I mean,
That's not even the same nigga.
No,
I always confuse them, like, cause it's like, why would you have names so close to each other? Like,
If y'all can see this nigga's shallow face right now, he's just staring at Darren like, how the fuck
He was
you
talking.
Take K?
You think I listen? Hold up. You think I listen to Take K?
Like,
yo,
Word.
let's just start with just in general, some music.
I didn't go
Wow,
off on that.
you did, but like you tripping.
it ain't that deep.
So let's just start out with some music everybody been listening to. New, old, whatever.
I
So,
told
what
niggas
you-
about Q album. That shit came out. And that shit was hot. I don't want to say.
That's what you, since last podcast, that's all you got?
Nah, I just want to say that.
What else you been listening to?
Yeah.
Oh, besides Q album?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Q album was hot. I fuck with that shit, you know? I knew Q was cooking something up. It's been a couple years since he came out floating.
I
21
did
Savage. Fuck with that
album.
shit.
Yeah.
That shit hard.
Yeah.
Crash.
That's tight.
Take one, take
Chopsticks
two.
probably my favorite.
Chopstick go hard.
I never get to.
I fuck with that shit.
What?
I
Didn't get to that shit.
didn't get to it.
Another thing, you know what I mean? Groceries. Chance the Rapper, he dropped that new song. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with that
He
shit.
chose a terrible day to drop it too. He dropped the same day as 3 other albums. Meg, DJ Khaled, and
Somebody-
Tyler all
yeah,
dropped the same
yeah.
day. Like, why would you drop a single that
Yeah.
day? Come on, my nigga.
Not a lot of people gonna get on that.
It was alright.
What,
It was a good
Groceries?
single, though.
Yeah, it was alright.
I
It's
thought
not-
it was good.
It's aight, but like for Chance, it's like it's not really his best work.
Oh, well, nah.
He could have done way better.
That's what
in my
I mean,
opinion.
Nah. I thought it was good, yeah.
Nah,
you
it's
know,
like for like an
but-
average artist. Like,
So it's trash for Chance.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
he
for
don't
Chance,
drop like
I'd
that,
say
so
that's
to get a Chance song in general was pretty okay.
those last 6 singles he dropped were
Yeah, they were. They were really
eons better
good.
than that. Like, what the
They
fuck?
were really
Like,
good. Yeah, but he prepping for an album. That's just a single.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't make the album.
Yeah, we don't know if it's gonna be on it or not. So,
I don't
shit.
want to hear that on the album.
It's pretty
I
early
don't
to be
know.
dropping like. I mean, for nowadays, niggas don't really drop singles like that. Niggas just be dropping albums just like nothing for
Yeah,
real.
that's facts.
That's true.
Carly,
That's it.
what,
Besides grocery shit,
what other,
what else I've been
music you
fucking
on?
with?
School and work.
No music?
Okay.
We're talking
Oh,
about
the
that,
London,
we're talking
you know.
about that Khalid album.
The London, that shit just dropped. What, like yesterday? That shit was crazy. You ain't hear?
Oh, actually,
Bro, you
I got
tweeted
it.
about
No,
that shit.
I
I was
got it.
finna
I
get
got
you.
it.
I was like, wait,
I
what
got
is
it.
this nigga
Nah,
talking about?
bro, 'cause
It's called The London.
it's
J.
it's,
Cole, Young Thug, and Travis Scott.
Yeah, Young Thug new song.
Yeah, they dropped that joint yesterday night.
I don't think I'm gonna listen to that one. I think I'm
Why?
gonna skip that one.
Cause he a Young Thug hater, bro.
I'm not a
Yeah.
Young Thug
Why?
hater.
At
Yo,
one point,
Young
we're gonna
Thug
talk
hater.
about how Young Thug changed life. Like
He did.
I don't listen to Thug.
I mean, there's no. I mean,
You only
I don't.
he wanted to. It ain't for me, yo.
But I feel
Why?
like, yeah, I
It
feel like
ain't
there's
for me,
artists you
yo.
listen to.
It's just not like I like him as a feature artist. I can't get with his solo shit.
To me, he was the feature artist on the song, though. J. Cole had like a 2-minute verse.
Yeah, take over verse with
Hold on,
well.
let me make sure my shit's.
But what I'm saying, like, I'm not like a hater of Thug. Like, he's not on my radar.
Yeah, the song 3 minutes and 20 seconds. J. Cole went in for like, I want to say at least 1:45.
You said Travis was on that. What do you do, like a hook?
Hook, yeah.
Yeah,
You know Travis.
So Thug was rapping on
Get
that.
the
He had a verse.
bag, yeah.
I might. I don't want to.
So I got that. I got Block Boy new song. I like it.
that shit heat. I was watching his previews for that joint.
Block.
What song was that?
It's called Mercedes. I got
Is
Drake
it-
Pop's new song.
I saw. What is it? That's that.
That's that on that. That shit's so funny, bro. You gotta listen to this. That shit's so funny.
I can imagine. He's a funny dude, kind of, for real. I don't think he's like trying to be funny, but like just him being old. Like,
Right. I was like at Tyler's album.
Yeah, Tyler's album, of course. I was saving that. I wasn't gonna introduce that for myself personally.
I got Denzel. It's alright. It ain't better than Fireboy.
Denzel, like Denzel Curry.
Yeah, Denzel Curry
Put out
song.
What, a single?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
I like it.
Check that one out.
His album coming out.
Yeah.
The 31st.
Yeah, it's coming out soon.
Friday the 31st.
I heard Mir Fontaine mixtape.
I heard
shit
that
was
too.
good. Diamonds White like Michael Jackson.
And then
I listened to that whole joint.
Yeah, that shit was
good.
good.
UK rap.
Fucking.
What you listening to?
Fucking. What's his name? Coded a Friend put out an album, Photo. That shit fucking. It was a great listen, but then Igor dropped, so I was like, eh. But it was good. It was amazing. What else? Meg Thee Stallion put an album out.
Yeah, I ain't hear Meg Thee Stallion.
I listened to it.
I only like
listened
it
to
for
half
the
of
ass shit.
I didn't like it. I don't think Meg is attractive either.
Yo,
Just because I've only seen like videos of her like twerking and shit, so like that's not really showing me enough.
Devil's
DJ
Work. You heard Devil's Work by Joyner Lucas?
Featuring.
It was
that's
where
the
he
one with
was.
the caskets and
Where he was asking to like give these niggas back to take these niggas.
Yeah, I did fuck with that. I
Yeah.
fucked with that one.
It's called Devil's Work.
Yeah, that was tight. Fucking, he put out an ISIS with
Yeah.
Logic. That
I
shit
ain't
was
listening
ass.
to no Joyner Lucas Logic shit because I ain't feel like they ain't beef it out for me. So y'all not cool yet.
Right.
So y'all mix.
It was all a plot from the start, trying to get niggas like.
I'm just saying, not mixed like physically. I'm saying mixed like as in
Right.
like in the rap game. Like y'all two lyricists. Y'all shouldn't be like that's like Kendrick and Cole having beef. When that shit happened. If Kendrick and Cole had beef, you telling me they wouldn't be throwing bars back at each other?
I mean, we would hear.
We would hear it, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't hear no Logic Joyner Lucas, and that's
I mean,
something I would actually be interested in.
I don't care about either artist, honestly. It's just,
Hating ass niggas.
I'm not
I
a hating ass
understand.
niggas. It's just when you niggas just rap fast and have no context, I don't really care.
Joyner Lucas has a lot of context
Yeah,
in
he does.
every
I'm
single
talking
song.
about Mr. Logic.
Oh, I don't fuck with
Yeah,
Logic.
we
so
never
I
seen that
ain't
nigga.
in it.
So it's
Sorry,
like
Bruno.
you want
He was talking about sucking
I know
dick
that's your man, Bruno, but
just
like
for no reason.
you're not on that way.
you want the two niggas to rap at each other.
Yeah.
One nigga's not gonna bring no context, so it don't.
Well, it would be at each other because Joyner Lucas accused Logic of doing a lot of shit, and I need to hear Logic's feedback on that. Like, did you actually steal that nigga shit, or did you just like?
I mean, obviously he didn't because they on a song together.
But that don't mean shit, bro. He could have still stolen his shit. Joyner Lucas isn't as big of an artist as Logic. Just saying.
That's a fact.
So
that's
Joyner
the fourth airplane?
that could be a cop grab, straight up. And artists do that all the time. I'm just saying, be honest.
I mean, that's true.
It's like XXX and Drake. Like, no tea, no shade. But, like, if Drake would have just reached out to X would have had no beef with that nigga. But Drake just didn't reach out.
I mean, that's what we can speculate. We don't actually know.
Darren, can I ask you
I
a
mean,
question?
that's what X was saying.
You think Igor better than Flower Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas is tripping.
Listen.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas is tripping.
Flower
Name one
Boy?
song better than See You Again. You can't. You
No.
cannot.
Are you
You
serious?
cannot.
I
I'm
think-
serious.
Earthquake. I think.
Earthquake. Igor's theme.
Make me pull up the album, bro. I really get
No,
you.
for real though. Honestly, A
Almost
Boy Is a
everything.
Gun.
Come on,
A Boy Is a
bro.
Gun, and I think
Y'all
my
niggas
two
is
favorite songs on the
tripping
album.
tonight
They're
already,
definitely
bro.
better than.
We only been recording for 10 minutes and y'all niggas already
13.
tripping, bro.
I don't know what you're talking about. Why is See You Again better than any song on Igor?
Bro, that Flower Boy album is way better than Igor.
No, it's
Flower
not.
Boy's Tyler's worst album.
many times have you listened to
That's
Igor?
being honest.
How many times have you listened to Igor?
I listen in front and back every day.
Every day.
So once since it came out, every day,
So
What
Yeah,
was it
like
like,
once a day and then
7 times.
probably, yeah.
how many
but
times
I
have you listened to Flower Boy?
I don't know.
Like
It's been
really
out for like 2
often?
years.
Like you
Yeah, I
those
listen
songs
to it
really
all the
often?
time,
Well,
though,
that's
yeah.
why, because you're more common to them.
I
You're
ride
like
to
them.
California. My frog open goggles.
Yeah, but
I'm leaning out the window. Come on, y'all niggas gotta stop tripping.
I can agree like to some degree with that because like Flower Boy was packed full of lyrics and like a lot of energy in it. So when he performs that, it's like
Crazy.
there's like a lot to watch. But with Igor, just thinking about it, like listening to the songs, I can't see that performance being like the greatest thing.
I mean, it's probably gonna be the same as every song before. He does a lot of
I'm not
mixing of his albums.
I'm not judging based off
Yeah,
of
definitely.
So
performance
when
though.
when he does another concert, there's gonna be a lot of Flower Boy in there.
No, for sure.
But I'm not judging based off of if I went to a concert. How was this? You got remember, my first concert was 2 years ago. So how was I judging music before that?
You
It
think
was
it's-
based off of how
Yeah, but then now you can add this into your repertoire of like
But
judging things.
that's something I don't really consider. I mean, like there's a bunch of songs that may sound good at a concert, but it depends on if the artist can perform or not. So I feel like Tyler is a good performer, so it doesn't really matter what type of music he makes.
So why do you like Flower Boy better then?
Yeah, what about it?
That shit is, y'all niggas is crazy.
I'm looking at Tyler's
I'm
album.
not agreeing or disagreeing. I just want to know like why.
Cherry Bomb was a shit.
Cherry Bomb.
I was like, Cherry Bomb better than...
Y'all niggas is tripping. That is...
I didn't like Cherry. I think every album has gotten better. So like,
so
still growing.
So you're saying Igor, Flower Boy, Cherry Bomb. Well, that's the order. I can't do that.
I can't do that either.
I can't do that.
Personally, I probably put Wolf at number 2 because like that was my shit. Wolf was probably my second favorite. Igor right now is like brand new, so I'm ranking it high. Like
yeah, so you on the honey. I'm gonna ask you in about 2 months to rank them.
Dog, I've listened.
That's hard. That's hard because Flower Boy is like Tyler's worst album in my opinion, and I love Flower Boy, bro.
Hey, you can't talk about this no more.
Don't get me wrong, bro.
Hey,
I don't think it's bad. You out here thinking because I'm saying this is his worst album, that shit's trash. And that's not what I'm saying. Because Tyler doesn't have a bad album. It's a personal choice at that point. If an artist doesn't have a bad album, all his albums ranked is just a personal choice at that point.
So what do you don't like about Flower Boy?
I love Flower Boy.
But what makes it his worst album?
What you should be asking me is why I like the other albums more than I like Flower Boy. Because
okay,
I don't
answer that
dislike
question.
Flower Boy.
What makes Flower Boy?
You asking me to run down all the albums, bro?
My question is, what makes Flower Boy the worst album? Because that's what you said. It's his worst album.
I don't really like Garden Shed.
Just that one song because it's coming out.
Well, no, like I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I don't really like Garden Shed.
That's my shit.
I like that song a lot.
Yeah.
Sing it real quick.
I just don't. It's the one where he's coming out.
Oh,
you don't have to hide. I can smell it in your eyes. That there's something more to say. All right, I'm done singing. And what? Fuck.
You're done.
Right, yeah.
I just don't really like it like that.
I mean, that's one song though. Like
it's just off the top of my head. Like I don't remember the album like that. I liked, Who That Boy? That song wasn't like that good, but it was okay. I just feel like if I'm listening to Tyler and A$AP Rocky, I expect more. That's all I'm saying. It's just off top of head.
So as a fan, as a huge fan of Goblin, right? For you to say Flower Boy is worse than Goblin in your opinion is fucking. It means you don't like music.
Well, I was never that big of a Tyler fan.
You're just a hip-hop.
And you know that.
Well, yeah, but like lyrically, Tyler improved so much from Goblin to Flower Boy. It's.
But
I can't
forget
even
about the lyrics. It's more so.
It's just
like the musicality of it.
Yeah, like
Tyler
is
is
cleaner. It's crisper. It's
and I can agree to that.
More fresh.
Yeah,
it's more inspired.
Well, see, when I think of Tyler, I don't think of that. I think of Loiter Squad. I think of Yonkers.
But I don't think that's fair because he grew.
It's just me as a person. But see, I didn't listen to Tyler like you listen to Tyler to watch his growth like that.
Right.
I just appreciated his music, and he was just a black hip hop artist.
Makes sense.
So I never hated on him. I just listened to his music and everything. Okay. But it's not like I just dislike him.
You got it.
I was just never a big Tyler fan. That's all.
What about now?
Yeah, I'm still not a big Tyler fan, but I don't think he has a bad album though.
Would you go to an Igor show?
100%.
Ooh, in there. ATD in there.
Why would I not?
I'm buying all the tickets. We all go.
You said you buying us all tickets to the Governor's Ball?
Nah, I'm not going to the Governor's Ball.
Oh, you said the joint in California?
No, not Camp Flog.
My fault.
Yo, I actually went to look at tickets for that. I went to look at plane tickets when we were talking to Giselle on Twitter or whatever. I was like, yo, I'm about to get these tickets. I looked at, not to see her though. I was looking at the dates like between Flog now, you know what I'm saying, the Friday to the Monday.
Okay, Giselle?
How much was it?
What Giselle?
It's like $700.
The joint on IG?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, ain't no way.
Oh shit.
She be listening to the podcast?
Probably, yeah.
That's funny.
I'm sending a link.
She don't really bang with me.
I got
you seeing me and her argue on the IG page?
Oh.
That should be I be screaming.
I be staying out of it, man. All right, what's next?
I
got any more music?
Well, Ventura came out.
Anderson Paak.
Last podcast, Anderson Paak. That album was crazy. I think it was an opening track with Andre. Either it was an opening or it was a second track with Andre. Nigga Andre fucking snapped on the verse. I don't know why. Like, why no one talked about it, but what the fuck? Like, that nigga went all the way off and then some. Like, bro, Andre is that nigga. Like,
I mean, nobody ever doubted that he wasn't the
Nah, we didn't doubt him, but like that should have had more people talking about it. Like,
send that shit to me.
I mean, I think that's something that people are kind of used to. Like,
send it to me.
Andre's gonna come out like every year or two, snap on a verse on like some nigga who can't rap.
Yeah, he need to put out a solo project.
I don't think that's him though.
But he could do it though. Like,
he could probably do it.
And he would get back off it. I'd go see a show. Shit.
My final thought on music is, I still think DaBaby has the best album this year.
You crazy?
I don't think it's better than Igor.
Well, you can say that.
That's
like I can respect that opinion because you haven't listened to as much music as
Anybody
other
ever
people.
seen that movie?
That's not true. What movie?
Igor.
No.
What?
With the Hunchback dude?
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
What?
Yeah.
Y'all tripping?
Nah, cause like there's a lot of albums that dropped recently. Did you listen to all of them? Did you listen to the Code of the Friend album? Did you listen to the Duckworth album? Did you listen to Meg Thee Stallion? Did you listen to DJ Khaled? You listen to all that shit?
I listened to DJ Khaled's album. It wasn't like.
Wasn't that good?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It just really wasn't.
I'm not into DJ. It's DJ Khaled makes compilation albums.
Yeah. So
that's not something I'm into.
DJ Khaled I like is that he'll put two artists that you would never expect to make music together on a song.
That's true.
That's why I listen to DJ Khaled.
But then he recycles it like again.
I went into that John Legend and Nipsey song thinking it was gonna be some crazy shit because they were talking about it on Joe Budden podcast, and I listened to it and they hyped it up too much. I was underwhelmed by the whole shit.
Okay. So, all right. So we got music out the way here. Now, because Carly ain't say shit the whole time.
She listening to Khaled album. She didn't want to talk about it for some reason.
I guess Carly doesn't listen to music or any audio at all, honestly. She's deaf, so.
She doesn't listen to the podcast. Like,
give me 2 seconds. I'm going to have to throw out some sign language to tell her to talk.
Are we gonna
let's move on, Carly, because I know Carly wanted to talk about.
Which one?
Why don't you ask her questions?
What?
Do that right now.
Ask your
ask your questions that you have.
Oh, but she wasn't talking.
In the first paragraph.
Okay. The first question I had, I was at work. Let me throw the backstory in. I was at work. These two people were talking about like why this one person pretty much was stating why they don't want to teach their children about Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, all that.
But do they celebrate those holidays?
I don't know because I don't know them on that much of a level to know what they do, but they want to try to not teach them about those mythical creatures or whatever, because they don't like lying to their kids or whatever. Mm-hmm. I kind of got that point, but I was just wanting to ask y'all, like, what do y'all think about teaching your children about Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, Boogeyman, whatever?
Yeah, we talked about this, didn't we?
I asked you in person.
Yeah, you did.
What'd you say?
I don't remember, but
How do you feel about it then?
I don't really think it. Oh no, I do remember what I said because we were at my house. I remember we pulled up. Mm-hmm. So it's like I feel like it doesn't really make a big difference. It's just I think everybody needs to be on the same page with the shit.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, he said that.
If you're gonna have like if you're in a classroom with like 30 kids and 15 think Santa's real, the other half think it's not. It's like
that's always gonna happen.
Right. So
regardless of what the parents say.
Right.
That's always gonna happen.
So I feel like.
But like when they're super young and not going to school, I mean you can kind of control what they.
Yeah.
You and your family and whoever.
Yeah, so like 4 or 5, 6, or whatever. Because what school starts 7, 6, 7?
5 usually. But then there's also pre-K or daycare. So or having your grandparents watch them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's always outside sources.
Right,
but I think it's really a personal decision, and that there isn't a right or wrong answer. It really depends on your parenting techniques. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it's lying to your child. It's make-believe. It's having fun with your kids. Like, oh, you're not going to play superheroes with your kid now? Or princess? And you know what I mean? Because it's lying. That's like the same shit.
It is.
No,
like make believe shit. That's how kids learn. That's how they build.
I'm with you. I understand, but it's like when you play superheroes, you kind of know that like the premise is set that superheroes
kids don't
are
view
not.
It that way. They don't view it like
Kids
how
view
we view it.
real.
They think that they are a superhero in that moment. Dead ass. You ever meet a kid wearing like a Spider-Man something? You know,
they shoot that web at you. You
they
better
are
act
Spider-Man.
like you webbed up.
He'll tell you, I'm
they
Spider-Man.
don't think
He
they're
doesn't say, I'm
playing
dressed up
as
Spider-Man. Right,
no,
right.
they are Spider-Man.
Right.
But the
you can't tell them any different. They take their mask off. They are Peter Parker.
But the premise is superheroes are not real.
Yeah, but to the kids,
Neither is Santa Claus, but they're
no. But like I'm talking, like when you're teaching kids about superheroes, it's like, oh, look at these comic books. These only exist in the comic world.
But that's what she just said.
same thing.
So what are you going to teach?
So like
look
when
at
there's
Santa
cartoons,
books. This only exists in the Santa world.
They got
Like,
movies and shit.
there's movies, there's books.
It depends if I teach my kids about Santa and shit.
Would you?
It depends.
What does it depend on?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for starters, I can't teach my kid about Santa if I don't have a chimney.
That's a
number
lie.
2.
That's a whole lie.
How the fuck he's getting in?
That's a whole lie.
Front door.
The whole legend about Santa. I lock my door every night. So what? For Christmas night, I can't lock my door. So what? Someone can come in and steal all the Christmas presents.
We didn't have a chimney, and I never thought of that shit.
Yeah, I always thought of that shit. I knew Santa didn't exist.
That's crazy. You're not thinking ahead like that.
Every kid is different. So
No,
if your
I feel
kid,
you. But
so
like,
if the kid is
Santa's
like,
not coming through my door.
Just wants to protest it over and over again, then you're just like, fine, and you let it go. You don't fucking force it on them. Be like, Santa's real, you know. If a kid wants to go along with it and they're having fun, that's the same thing as playing make believe with your kid. You play with them.
I agree with Carly.
I feel you. It builds the imagination.
Every kid's different. Every parent's different.
That's pretty much what I said. It's like, I'm not going to say no because, you know, it's important to try to build up the child's imagination. So that way,
that's 100% how they learn.
When they get older and they want to find out what they want to do, see what they're good at, a lot of art and...
Okay, it's good. It's good.
All right, we're back. Fuck the train. Like I was saying earlier, when the kids are trying to, you know, find out what they want to do, a lot of, you know, if they do a lot of art or music or entertainment or anything of that nature, you know, it's good. It's important to have imagination when you're working in those fields, even in fucking regular business.
It's the same as everything else. If you don't work that muscle, they don't have it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, so like that was the question I wanted to ask her, but like I said, I don't know.
I don't think that, like, what I think is that if your kid is into, like, every kid's different. So if the kid is into make believe, imagination games, like, you know, those type of games, it would make sense that they would like to know about Santa Claus, and also it's a disciplinary technique as well, because you say, like, Santa's watching. That was a big thing in my family.
That shit was whack in my family.
Oh, well. In my family, it's not like that. Like, if kids being bad, like, we say, we'll call Santa.
Like, middle of the year? Like,
yeah.
Dog,
all
that's
year.
crazy.
All year.
I wouldn't be able to do it. Like,
we'll be like,
fuck that.
You're being really bad right now. Like, do you want me to call Santa? Like, we literally will say that, and we'll be like, no.
Yo, we only think about Santa in December. That's it.
I mean, maybe, like, not, like, summer, but
I don't know about y'all family, but my families... You're being real bad right now.
About to get an ass whooping.
Grab the belt.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
That's what I'm saying. Every family's different.
Yo, that one every
some
time.
It wouldn't work. Others it does. Some people use Elf on the Shelf. Like, it's a thing.
And you gotta grab the belt.
We never did that.
I never did Elf on the Shelf.
Me either. That shit's dumb.
I just heard about that, like.
But other families do it every year, and it's a disciplinary technique because the elf is watching.
It don't be doing this.
It's a little weird. I don't like that, but.
The elf is. I don't know.
Yo, that's not even weird. That's more scary than anything. I'd be like,
it's like
fuck
they're
that.
like Santa's helper, like to see if you're good or some shit.
Nah, it couldn't be me. Can we get that nigga out the house? I'll be good. I promise.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I promise, bro.
So yeah, that was my first question. Pretty much got to build the kids' imagination somehow, and Santa and the Easter Bunny isn't a bad idea. That's the conclusion.
Yeah.
It's every situation.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, that could be an idea.
That's my opinion. Is that if you know your kid, you know your kid.
Right. Right, Rob.
Yeah.
So what?
I bet.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about next? Like,
I got my second question.
Go ahead. Yeah. Second question.
My second question.
Pay attention.
Of course.
Here's some backstory. I'm at work, right?
I'm at work.
I'm just trying to chill, not trying to do nothing. Talking to people, talking to this one girl. Nah, I didn't say that. Talking to this one girl.
I said it.
I look at her hands,
They crusty as
hell. Damn, girl, you need to get your nails clipped.
Nah, bro. Nah, don't do that. I look at her hands, and I see two rings.
2 fingers.
I would hope so.
Whoa.
At least.
Yo, just 2? Is she like this or like this?
You heard me fix it, though, right? Yeah, right. You heard me fix it? You heard me say 2 rings, right?
Oh, yeah, he said hands. So, 1 per hand.
Chill, bro.
Tea mad good,
Chill,
dog.
So I see 2 rings.
Why? He drinking Canada Dry?
So like I start listen, right? Yeah, I'm tripping, bro. But yeah,
Yo, 1-5 or
Can y'all let me talk?
I want. Yeah, go ahead. I'm here.
So I look at her hands, I see the rings, and I'm like,
and they're on the ring finger.
yeah, like 1 each. So I'm like, well, first, here's my first question: which hand is the ring finger? The left
is your.
The left is the marriage
hand,
okay,
but
so
your ring finger is this one.
Look at these niggas.
Okay, so she definitely had it on the left, right?
But you said she had it on both.
Yeah,
and
there was one on.
like an engagement ring.
There's one on each. Yeah, but I'm like, so my thing was like, I'm trying to talk to her or whatever.
Has
I'm
she
like,
brought up?
No, that's my point. So I'm like, yo, what you about to do this weekend? Blah 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 blah.
Blase, blase.
I'm like, all right, word. Who you going with? The first thing she says is the family. I'm like,
damn.
Why?
So that could be her family.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm like, bro,
her husband.
Shallow trying to figure shit out.
Or that could mean like her mom and dad.
She giving you these babies.
I get you.
She meant her mom and dad. So I'm like, well, that don't fucking answer my question. So my question is, how do you ask somebody if they have a significant other without saying, yo, you got a boyfriend, yo, you got a girlfriend?
I was just working in randomly.
I don't know any ways to do it without just straight up, because that's what I would do.
Yeah, we're just like, if you're talking.
How to ask if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend?
Yeah, he wants to know
without saying it directly.
Because I'm just chilling, bro. Just be chilling.
But he thinks maybe she does, maybe.
Because, like, she got the rings on, and, like,
I think it's just for fashion.
She wear the same necklace every day.
Bro.
So I'm like, that's either an important gift or...
Bro.
So you just say, so you got a boyfriend, or...
Bro. If you don't run up on broad and say...
Wait, whoa.
Run
up on her.
If you don't run up on broad in the office...
In the office.
And hit her with that...
Sexual assault income.
You're capping. You're capping.
I'm capping. All right, go ahead.
Don't type in none of that.
Broad.
All that energy you just had, keep that shit. All that energy you just had,
go ahead.
That's not at all what was going to happen. Run up in her office, hit her with that. Start talking, just any casual conversation, be like, yeah. Be like, oh, word, is you married? Just bring it up. Be like, oh, where is that? You engaged? Just put the ring, bruh. It's a ring.
She younger than me, so if she's engaged, I'm going crazy.
No, that is the thing.
Don't go crazy. Yeah.
Wait, she's younger than you, like in high school?
Her mans could be in the military.
No, not in high school.
Her mans could literally be in the military.
That's true.
You know how she with that monthly payment.
Now,
what you talking about?
That does not, like, what is that?
What, the military?
Could be, like, what does
that
mean?
Because people in the military get married, like...
They get married early because you get extra money for being in the military.
Yeah, benefits. Yeah. I just threw something back.
Like, how does that work into the conversation? Like, are you insinuating, like, maybe, like
they probably got married young?
Yeah.
Because he's in the military, so that way they can get the extra bread. Like and it could be like a lot of people do it. It's like a fake marriage too. Like they're not really committed to each other or anything. They're literally married because
some people are.
Some people are. But I'm just saying. Like, some people do it for benefits and money.
Like, if you're dating a guy that's in the military, going to go in the military, that, like, you get married because it's just a smart thing to do. You get paid more, and it's better for you.
I don't think it's bad to just ask her if you see a ring on her finger.
Yeah, just
I thought it was pretty. Like, I think it's beautiful.
I just be trying to chill.
That's not how Charlotte talks.
That is not how I chill.
Charlotte doesn't talk like that.
Well, it's not my fault Charlotte has no game.
Ooh,
you got it.
You got some game.
You got it.
I ain't say it like that.
Yo, you got it. You got it.
So, if someone doesn't talk like you, they don't got game?
I didn't say that. I just said it's not my fault he don't got game. You said, but he don't sound like that.
Because that's not how he talks.
It's not.
Well, he can interpret it how he does and say it how he says it.
He's not going to say, like,
that's a fact, yeah.
I think it's beautiful. Like,
I think it's crazy how, like, we've been cool, like, all the time, and now he's coming at me.
I'm not coming at you at all.
You can't always be on somebody's side.
Literally not coming at you at all.
Sometimes.
Yeah. You know, it'd be like that. It'd be like that.
Right now.
Yeah. Before the show, everybody chilling. It'd be like that. I've been through that.
I literally didn't do anything.
I've been through that.
Yeah, no, I'm playing.
Anything, you came at Shiloh and said he doesn't have any game,
I got out of that, though, right?
and he just did.
He did come at me like
Right.
that. I just took it. I just took it to the heart because
Nah, it wasn't a shot. I'm just saying, like, that's how I'm taking it.
So y'all saying because next time we in the office, they'd be like, I noticed the rings. I'm gonna be like, are they for
you
fashion?
say it like that, she's gonna be like, huh?
Because she got two. One on the left,
bring
one
up
on
the
the right.
necklace and then bring up the ring.
Don't
say necklace.
That's true. That's true.
Don't say like I noticed the rings though.
Facts
It's
on.
like
Because the necklace is near her face.
I don't know why you can just say you got a boyfriend. Like, I don't know.
That's not the wave I'm trying to be on.
Because when you ask if you got a boyfriend, like some girls automatically assume like,
Okay,
oh,
then
he's
let
trying.
them do whatever
right.
the fuck they want.
But see, you don't want that animosity in the workplace.
Not at
That's
the
a
workplace. Nope.
that's how you get fired.
Yep.
Yeah. And he big and black. That's a no.
They trying to get me. They...
Ain't you
So
in the
it's
office?
never
Don't
come
you
up
wearing
in
a suit?
conversation. Like that's like, do you guys talk?
Yeah, we talk every day, and she doesn't bring it up.
Then
Like
she doesn't have one, or she doesn't.
I want to say that's a safe assumption.
I mean, has she said anything that was like indicative of her wanting to like holler at you? You know what I'm saying? Like anything.
I just be
along those
chilling.
lines?
I just be chilling.
So you don't ever peep?
I just be chilling.
Because I know a lot of niggas be oblivious. Like myself, I'm completely oblivious to Sorry. Don't worry about it. I'm completely oblivious to like when females try to like holler at me like until it's way later. So like.
Nah, that ain't. I just be chilling, bro.
Sorry.
Um.
I have to like. Do
Fuck it. I mean, it really doesn't matter to me because it ain't really like
so
that.
You're not trying to holler at shorty.
No.
Oh,
so was it like a general question or was it specific to her?
It was specific, but it's a general question because I don't know. Darren might be in the same boat.
I get what he's saying. Like, if a guy comes up to me and we don't talk on a regular basis,
right?
And they're just like, "Do you have a boyfriend?" I think they're trying to talk to me.
Right, and I don't
because that's the first question you ask because you're trying to be disrespectful or not or respectful. But if you guys are friends, I don't think that's weird.
What are y'all dapping up for?
Don't worry about it.
Oh
Lord.
All right, I figured it out. Fuck it.
Okay.
Let me see.
Why she look like
Hey.
Relax. Don't do this. Don't do this.
No, I'm not. I don't know who it is.
But I know who it is.
She looked like.
Why? This is really. We're doing a podcast.
Okay. Next topic because I had my questions. Those are my questions.
All right. So
let's talk about
So back.
I'm so curious.
Abortion.
A couple weeks ago, it was. I saw on Instagram. It was like sentenced to death for having an abortion, and then it was like a new bill in Texas. Before it was actually a thing in Alabama or wherever the fuck it was.
Right.
And at that moment, I kind of formed like a little theory in my head, like a conspiracy theory. I don't know if I want to like.
I want to know.
Y'all want to give y'all opinions first on this before I.
It's bullshit. That's what I think. Okay, go ahead.
That's what you say too? Are you worried about the plane? Don't worry about the plane. Come on.
Bro, that's a crap duster.
It's because the windows are open.
That's a crap duster.
Niggas really trolling because they know the podcast happening. So, Rob and Shiloh, what are y'all opinions on the abortion bill? Like the
I
law?
don't have.
That
it's
Alabama
laws.
First and foremost,
that's not
that
my
Alabama
business.
shit
is bullshit.
Stupid as hell.
It's not my business.
That Mississippi shit. Fuck out of
So
here.
you don't want to be an ally?
I was told to mind my business.
By who?
So this is why I'm confused.
Yeah, that's valid.
Women are telling me mind my business. It's not my opinion. So that's what I'm doing.
If you see something wrong,
yeah, I'm not gonna. I see what y'all was saying.
I feel you.
I get what you're saying. I won't deny what you're saying. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So if I see something happening to another race, to another gender,
and
I'm supposed to mind my fucking business because it's not doesn't bother me.
If they told you to mind your business, guess what you do?
But you're not making laws because I know what you're talking about. You're talking about how women say
men shouldn't have an opinion on abortion.
You're not making a law.
I'm not having an opinion.
I get what you're saying because it's like
so
if I'm not
we're on
happy,
our
you
own.
want to
Okay,
stay out.
we're on our own. Okay, thank you.
You're just saying.
I didn't say that.
Support. Thank you for the support. Thank you. I love it.
If you want support, you just ask for the support and just say. Honestly, I've
seen multiple men post stuff.
Honestly,
saying,
Go ahead.
in support for women.
It's kind of hypocritical though. Like,
no, they're saying do what the women want.
Right. But then it's like a lot of women, not all of them, obviously. A lot of women are like, you're a man, you have no say because you don't have the parts. So it's like
to the people making laws over my body.
So it's like if you don't agree with me, don't speak on it. That's basically what they're saying.
No.
I don't think
I'm actually. Let me shoot my shot. I'm gonna be on the side of history with Barsant because.
Thank you.
Let me let y'all niggas know this right now. They are not talking about the everyday nigga, and y'all know they not talking about the everyday nigga. Especially you, Shallow. You being petty. You being real petty.
That's what's pissing me off.
And you gotta be on the right side of history with this one, bro. And
let
me tell you why.
Really
that Alabama shit is really crazy, bro. Like, and this is why I know that shit crazy.
Anybody
If Trump gonna sit here and say that shit crazy, bro, that's how you know that shit crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a beam, bro. Trump said that shit crazy, bro.
As far as like
Trump said that like that incest shit and that rape shit.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't like. Women need abortion for that.
Everybody is missing in this, which I understand because you guys are men, so you don't fully like you guys can understand, but you don't know things the same that women do. Do you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
That there's other things other than the rape shit.
Right? No,
that's
100%.
Fucked up on another level, but. Beside that, on the simplest level, there's something called an ectopic pregnancy that happens to women all the time. It's like very common. Is in danger or something? What happens is when the baby gets implanted, not inside your uterus.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Inside anywhere else in your body, it's called an ectopic pregnancy outside of the uterus.
Yeah.
And if that grows, you die. You have to get it removed, or you die.
And they're saying
there is no exceptions in that law that says anything about if you have a life-threatening issue, and I'm talking pregnancy, whatever it is, that you can get an abortion for that. Because technically it's an abortion because you're removing the child. Even though it's a surgery to save your life, it's an abortion.
So, Carly.
So people are going to die. Women are going to die.
I'm with you, right?
And the baby's going to die.
It's not really my business, so I'm not going to have an opinion on it.
Whatever
y'all trying to get done, y'all can get done. I'm not going to try to stop y'all.
We're just talking about it. I don't make
But no, like,
that's the side I'm on.
But I think you're really wrong. You need to reevaluate that one.
Why am I wrong?
Because that's the black struggle.
I mean, if
it's the same as the black struggle.
Okay, so the other day I saw a white woman say some racist shit to you, and what did I do?
We got.
I told her what the fuck was
rewind. So
if I wouldn't have done nothing, I would have been what you're doing. I would have been what you're doing, which is it's not my business.
Seeing something that's wrong and not doing nothing is the same as doing what's wrong.
Exactly. It's called the bystander effect.
In that sense, yes.
It's called the bystander effect, and it hurts more than it helps.
Yeah, in that sense, it's not like seeing like, cause you know, bro, I don't snitch. So when I'm saying what I'm saying, like, bro, I don't snitch. So don't take it as that. Cause if I see a nigga like selling some weed, I'm not snitching. Like that's a crime, but like I'm not snitching. But when you see something that goes down that can affect like a mass population, like a mass group of people, like and it only affects a certain, like literally discrimination, pretty much. Like that's just not okay, bro. Like you can't just sit back and watch that, because especially for women. Like I have a mom, like I have sisters, like I'm gonna have a daughter one day, like hopefully, like one day I'm gonna have a daughter, and if my daughter just so happens to get raped, bro, and niggas is telling me she can't get an abortion, or even so, like, or anything, or if she has a pregnancy where the baby just happens to die in her womb and she can't get it removed, and then she has to go through the whole term of the pregnancy, where everyone's gonna be asking her every single day, like, oh, how's your baby doing? How's your baby doing? And then she has to tell everybody that, oh no, my baby's just growing, but it's gonna be dead.
Oh, but that doesn't,
like, bro, that shit's not cool, bro. Like that shit just to me, like, really hurt my feelings, like, because even as a man, like, I have women in my life that's just not cool, bro.
I never said it was cool. I never said it was okay. I never said abortion
should
be illegal.
But you're being a bystander, bro.
I want to hear what your like whole take on this is. Like, why are you being a bystander?
Okay. Let me get our bystander mode or whatever. I'm with whatever the women are with.
Okay, then that's what you need to say. Don't say it's not my business. Say whatever women want.
Time out. But the women want me to not have an opinion.
No,
that's not true.
They've never said that. They never said that. Men shut the fuck up. They've said men empowered. The men that are making the laws.
You know what you sound like? You sound like the white people saying, Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter.
Exactly.
Black Lives Matter doesn't just mean Black Lives only matter.
Yes,
it does. You're playing semantics right now.
When there's an issue,
because you know what they mean, bro.
That's how is Darren, listen.
When Black Lives Matter was a thing, I supported it.
But can y'all listen?
I didn't go with that all lives matter shit, because no shit, all lives matter.
Listen. Let me break it down, right?
There was an issue.
Let me break it down. Okay. Black people are saying Black Lives Matter.
Right.
You're on the side of black people, right?
Yes.
So guess what? Your stance is now Black Lives Matter.
But no,
listen,
that's not what
I
Black
need
Lives
you to
Matter
listen.
is.
I need you to listen.
Okay.
So now y'all all on the same page of Black Lives Matter, right? So boom. Now
the phrase of the organization.
I mean, we can
because they're not the same thing.
They're not the same thing.
All right,
so tell me
in terms of the meaning of
just the saying.
Police stop killing niggas.
Yes.
Because that's what the fuck it is.
Yes.
Police stop killing innocent people that are just trying to live their fucking life.
Right.
Yes, I'm with you. So black people are saying, I need everybody to be on the same side of Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Yes.
That's a fact.
So now we go to this. In this situation, I'm with whatever the women want. So if they want, that's something they got to figure out. Because you're right, that's not my choice. That's not my. I don't have. There's certain things I don't have a say in.
But you need to advocate for them to have a choice. Because right now in those
they
places,
don't even have
they
a
don't
say.
have a choice.
But they telling me not to have an opinion, not to have a choice.
When? Who said that?
He's saying
Am I a
the
woman?
public when they say keep your policies off my body, like keep
But
that out
but
of
they're
it.
not saying that to you. So what are you talking about? You just really sound dumb.
Am
like
I
you
a man?
sound ignorant.
Yeah.
So who they talking to?
But they're talking about in office, and you know that. It's like you're playing semantics with a word phrase. It's like you wanted them to say it better than what they were trying to say. It's like because they didn't use exactly what the fuck you wanted them to use, they're wrong. And that's just not right.
On, like,
and that's not fair. Like, bro, you knew what they meant.
Well, I'm being told to mind my business. It's not my.
They're
not
not
my business.
talking to you.
What do you want me to do?
Nobody said that.
Bro, you're not making sense, and you know it. Like, you know you're wrong,
I
and
know
you try.
there's not one person that
Like,
said,
I get what you're saying, but you know what they mean.
Darren, what am I saying?
What he's saying.
Try to interpret what I'm saying.
So basically, he's a man. He's not a woman, and the women, by what he thinks, by what he's seeing and hearing, they're saying they don't want him to have an opinion on the whole matter.
But that was never said.
That's what he's seeing.
Okay. So boom. All right, let's rewind. So let's just say the women are saying, like,
men shouldn't have a say. Is that what you're talking about?
I'm just trying to get
Pretty
to the
much.
root of the point because, like I said, I'm on the side of whatever the women want because I do agree. I don't have that DNA. Like, I don't have that choice. I don't have that gene.
They're just saying it from a law person standpoint.
But there's a woman right in front of you telling you.
They're saying it from a law.
Differently than what you believe. So can you just
they shouldn't
understand that?
From law.
So I'm a woman
laws
right now
shouldn't be
telling
made
you,
on abortion. That's what they're talking about.
Every single woman I've talked to, whether they want abortion or not, they think it's okay that I've talked to that there should be a choice.
It sounded a little off.
In what way?
Like it just sounded like there was no. Kind of like the background was a little off. Like
Damn, that's a terrible spot for it to like cut off.
What is this?
Well, it's back now. We're good. It just was like.
So if it, all right, my thing is, if that's y'all choice, then that's y'all choice.
There isn't a choice.
I get it. With the new laws, there isn't a choice. You're right.
In those places, they don't have one. They don't have a voice. They can't decide what happens to their own bodies. What if somebody told you that you can't do what you want with your body? How would that make you feel?
Suck my dick.
Yeah, but it's against the law.
But it's against the law.
So they can kill you. Like
they can put you in jail for that shit.
Like they're like no more.
Literally,
lotion
they're
on your
saying
body.
like
We'll
you're gonna
kill
get
you.
more jail
No
time
more
than
soap.
fucking rapists do.
I never said that was okay.
I know, but I understand that you're saying that it's not okay, but
Yeah.
you're also not advocating for people that need to be advocated for.
Because if
in society we're seen as less than sometimes.
Okay, so if y'all want me to
The same way that black people are, the same way as other minorities. So
I
if you
get
get
it.
that women are treated that way, I'm treated that way all the time by men.
But all I need, this is all I need. If the premise is women should have the choice, then it don't matter if it's boy, girl, alien. You should have, as a group, you should have everybody who's on your side promote women should have the choice.
Yes.
There shouldn't be a narrative that says men who don't have the same organs or whatever you want to call it as women shouldn't say anything.
Okay, so just because...
I agree.
Wait.
That's the same with Black Lives Matter.
Wait. Just because you don't agree with one catchphrase to try and promote awareness means that you're not going to help at all? Because that's what you're talking about. That's one catchphrase.
Yeah, don't look like that because she's not on your ass, big fella.
That's one catchphrase.
That's one catchphrase to put awareness
to be
to
like,
this
hey, this is fucking happening. To get that in people's brains. That's all it is.
It's in my brain now.
Same as Black Lives Matter. Yeah. Like the saying.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that one.
It's in my brain now, right? So boom, it's in my brain. It's in my brain now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So
now
I process it in my brain.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm a dude. The women want me to shut the fuck up.
But
no.
That's
so guess
really
what, player?
Not what it was meant to do. It was meant to make you think. It was meant to make. I get how you took it, and that's your opinion,
that's crazy.
And that's fine.
Right.
But what it was meant to do is to make people realize.
I think it's wild you took it that way.
Because that's how he is, though. Like.
No, I really think that's just wild. That's like some That's just really wild. You took it that way.
I mean,
that reminds me of like some shit I had learned in like Holocaust and genocide.
That's
like
what
that's
I was
really some
thinking
shit
of
you just
because I
reminded
just
me
read
of.
a giant paper about bystanders and during the
Yeah,
Holocaust.
I was always on that bystander shit. Like I was never one of those people to just sit back and watch.
I don't think it's a. I don't think
you
it's
don't
a.
want to be on the wrong side. Like honestly,
I will never.
I don't think it's a bystander thing
it is,
though.
because you're not doing anything.
Because all right, but here's my thing, right? Because y'all bringing up the Holocaust, right? So we're Jewish people telling black people, Spanish people, not anything but Jewish people, mind your business. Was that ever happening?
They were a part of the Holocaust, so that don't make sense.
No, there was no social media.
My point is,
there was no way for them to even ask for help. People just saw what happened
and just watched it.
You can talk to your neighbor, talk to your friend. I'm pretty sure there are black people in Germany, black people in Poland, whatever the fuck they were at.
Why are you bringing black people?
Because my point is, if Jewish people felt how they felt, right, and they were asking each other for help, and they was like, damn, this is fucked up. Yo, Darren, this is fucked up. I need you to spread the word that this is fucked up. And Darren don't do nothing, now he's a bystander. But if
that's literally what women are doing.
Hold up.
Time out.
But you're using the words of the catchphrase to just again play on the same thing. Because he's but it's like we're just really saying he's only saying the same thing over and over again.
If you need help, you gotta ask
We've been
for
talking.
help.
It's been 20 minutes and he's been saying the same thing over and over again.
If you need help,
Carly and I keep disproving that with each different instance. No, I understand what he's saying. He took it very literal for no reason. Is that not what he's saying?
What are we not?
He took the phrase literal as fuck.
Here's what I'm saying.
Am I wrong?
Because I think that we are, and it's just a
final point. Here's what I'm saying. If you need help, you gotta ask for help.
But
they did. They did and they are. So okay, I understand. They did and they are. So what's your point?
I don't see where they're asking for help. I'm not seeing any examples where they're asking for help.
All the protests and signs.
Literally
today, the federal court just vetoed Mississippi's abortion law. That literally happened today, and you're talking about people who aren't asking for help. How did that happen if no one asked for them to veto it? If no one was against it? What do you mean, bro?
I never said.
What, you don't got a phone?
A group of people can be against something and still not ask for help.
Oh my God.
You're right, but this time they are. How would they gather and do something about it? How would they raise awareness?
The fact that you saw
half the population's women.
The fact that
shit, exactly.
So
the fact that you saw a post saying about the keep men out of my body is them asking for help. You just took it differently than what it was meant for.
Because you're a guy.
I'm minding my business. Like y'all said.
To say, hey, there's
then you gotta say what you mean. You gotta say what you mean. If you
well, I'm telling you what they need right now, and you're not allowing.
Because that's not what they saying.
But she's saying it. She's them.
Okay, so what? Okay, boom.
You have to advocate for other people in need. That's it.
Even if they don't ask for help.
But you're just not seeing it the same way.
You gotta ask for help. What do you want me to do?
She just did it like 8 times.
I literally said I'm a woman right in front of you.
Yes, you're asking for help. But there's a lot of women, and to me, it seems like the majority of women who don't want help. They just want us to mind our fucking business.
Shit when people think feminists hate men. It's the same shit that you're talking about right now. Is that somebody hears the word feminist and they think that they hate men when literally what they're for is equality. Has nothing to do with hating men. So it's people, there's a group of people that hate men that call themselves feminists, and people take that. It's the same thing that you're talking about right now. That there's a couple things that you saw that I don't know exactly what you saw. Maybe they didn't want your help. But I'm telling you, I know women want men's help. Common men's help.
In this situation, they kind of need it because, like, there's no representation for women.
So, what's the next step? You ask for help. What's the next step? What should I do?
You say that you think it's wrong.
Speak out. We have a platform.
Men say that they think it's wrong, and enough people say that they think it's wrong, they won't do it.
All I'm gonna say is it's y'all choice. Like, it's y'all choice. I don't have a say in the matter.
Well, no, you do.
No, I don't. I'm not a woman.
You literally do if you vote.
No, you do. You do have a say. Just because you're not a woman doesn't mean like even if some said they don't want you to help, they're not your boss. You can do whatever you want.
When I say it's your choice, I'm talking about on abortion itself. Like it's your choice.
Well, not there. They have a law that's like
that's
if you want to do it, you die.
It should be your choice. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like if you think for some reason, any reason, rape, incest,
you just don't want to.
What you were explaining earlier, you don't want the child, whatever. If that's what you think, then go ahead, do what you gotta do. But
the problem is that in some states, they don't have that choice. So that's why we need people to advocate and say, you should have a choice, like how you're saying. So if you don't speak out on it, if you don't say you think it's wrong, it's going to continue happening in other places. Because people are thinking like how you're thinking, like, oh, not my place, I'm a man, I don't know.
But you can see why there is a lot of people who would take that backseat and say, I don't want to enter this.
No, I honestly can't because
I really can't either.
I get what you're saying because I'm an empathetic person.
Same.
You get why a lot
but I don't because the person that I am, if I see something wrong, I cannot live with myself if I don't say what the fuck is up immediately. Cannot fucking live with myself.
No, I'm not talking about on that part. I'm talking about on the part of
I would never say, it's not my place. It is your place because you saw it, you witnessed it, you react, or you're a bystander. That's it. That's it. That's it.
That's it. It is, bro. It is. You either with it, against it, or you watch it. If you see something that's wrong
and you process that it's wrong and you do nothing, you're a bystander. If you don't process that it's wrong, then you gotta
right. You gotta talk about.
Yeah, but if you know
if
that
you
it's
know
wrong,
it's wrong in your
head,
head, bro, and you do nothing,
bystander.
You're just wrong.
And all you did was hurt it more.
I mean, I think
with the standpoint of like weed, like if I see someone selling weed, I don't think it's wrong, so I'm gonna let you rock. But if I see someone selling heroin, we might have a problem. I'm a snitch on you.
Wow.
I ain't gonna snitch, but I'm gonna be like, yo, like, don't come back to don't come over here. Like, if I'm over here, like, if you come over here and you try to sell, like, don't come over here, bro. I ain't gonna snitch on you. But if you come back, we gonna have to fight.
So can I ask you a question?
Otherwise, stay away.
I have a question too, but go ahead. Off of that.
What should be the limit?
Of what?
Of abortion. Like, is it an all or nothing type thing?
No.
My personal
certain amount of weeks.
My personal belief, or what I think other women should be allowed to do.
Your personal belief.
Personally, I don't know what I would do because I've never been pregnant. It would depend when I get pregnant, but I think that every woman should have the ability, and I would want the choice. I don't want to get pregnant and literally be like,
damn, I'm stuck with
I have a baby now.
I get you. The first few weeks is just like you're literally just figuring it out.
I love children, so it's hard for me to say it's nothing.
But I'm saying month 7, month 8.
No, it's
you're
a baby.
Capping.
I'm capping.
It's a baby.
That's like full on.
I'm just
women, not you, but I'm saying like
I'm just trying to figure it out.
In my opinion, a woman,
scientifically,
it's a baby.
It's a baby. It has organs.
You're capping. Yeah, that's too far.
Yeah, I think that
first of all, if you're in month 6, if you're in month 6, you're a mother. Shut up.
Yeah, facts.
You're now a MILF. Like,
something else I want to talk about.
It was from my statement about the drugs.
Yeah, that too, but I was just saying.
Okay,
still about the abortion thing. About, I don't know if you guys realize, but some of the laws are saying that it's before a heartbeat. Okay? So if they hear a heartbeat on an ultrasound, you can't have an abortion.
And that's crazy.
You know that?
That's crazy.
I mean, I heard of that,
but
I don't.
There's a heartbeat after 6 weeks.
Yeah, I don't.
Women don't realize they're pregnant after a missed period. Okay?
That's a month.
So that's like one of those things where it's like
that is after.
That's like 4
6
or 5
weeks.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, here's my question.
That's the bullshit part of it.
If they were don't make sense.
Yeah.
Here's my
now. Yeah.
Here's my question. So like when you're ready to take the at-home pregnancy test, how long do you have to wait? Like,
what do you mean?
So after a missed period is the only way you know that you might be pregnant.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just talking about
how soon would it show up on a pregnancy
test?
After a missed period.
Wow. So basically, you have no way of knowing.
You have no way of knowing unless you're a fucking psychic, and you're like.
I mean, you can do it like I think weeks.
Like would they even be able to find
weeks? It won't show up.
Like would they even be able to find a baby?
HCG in your system.
You need that pregnancy hormone.
It won't even if you are pregnant.
Yeah.
It won't fucking show up.
Because you don't have that hormone.
Because you don't have enough of the hormone until after a missed period because your body realizes that you're pregnant, so you missed your period. that's when the heartbeat occurs, and then you can't do anything about it.
So would they be able to like actually go in and abort the baby before they even know it's there? Like
no, because you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know it existed.
Because even
you wouldn't even have signs.
Even a doctor could not prove
unless
that
you see
you're
the
pregnant,
heartbeat.
unless you can pass a pregnancy test.
You would need an
ultrasound. Which you wouldn't before herpes.
I was thinking maybe
the only other way to know is an ultrasound, bro.
Some people can't hear a heartbeat until a little bit later, depending on like different things. But the average sized woman, normal woman, it's what I was just talking about.
Yeah, it is.
So like I have a theory on the whole shit, right? I heard another theory yesterday. Actually, I was listening to the Ebro in the Morning joint, and they were saying like the population of like the Caucasian folks in these areas is like diminishing, so they're trying to like increase the numbers.
I did see that.
What?
Like there's black folks down there too. There's other races down there, so that's also going to increase their population. But that's not my theory. My theory is.
Go ahead.
What you about to say?
I was going to say, Carly, I don't think you realize, but there's a lot of white people who are trying to push for white children in the future because they're scared of the whole 2050 everybody gonna look mixed.
I don't know why they would care about that.
Because they want to keep the. Yeah. It's kind of like an emperor mentality.
It's dumb.
Yeah, for sure.
So you should care about fucking having the earth and fucking do environmental changes.
Oh, I also saw another step where it's like just in general, pregnancy and children, niggas having babies and shit like that. It's been down for like the past 10, 20 years.
Have anybody seen The Handmaid's Tale?
I don't know what that is.
Fucking go home and watch season 1 because it's literally what's going on right now.
I am home, so.
I'm talking about people listening.
I'm probably home too, not gonna lie.
Whatever. Okay. I'm gonna synopsis this shit real quick. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. What is it called again?
Off with Little Laws.
No, say what it's called again because
The Handmaid's Tale.
Okay.
It's on Hulu.
Okay. I got Hulu.
Me too. I paid for it. I didn't even know I had the shit.
It's a little crazy, but if you can kind of expand your imagination for a second.
I do that all the time.
Relate it to what's going on now, and you'll be fucking scared, especially if you're a woman. You'll be scared because I was scared after watching it, and then seeing this shit, and then I saw someone else tweet, this sounds like The Handmaid's Tale, and I was like, fuck. Basically what happens is the birth rate was going down. Yeah, spoilers, or we're going to go watch it, or whatever. So, birth rate was going down.
Right.
And the population was diminishing.
Mm-hmm.
And long story short, pretty much, they started putting little laws on women to hurt their rights. Like, kind of like this. And then it was like they couldn't have bank accounts. They had to have their husband sign on, like, everything. Like, even getting, like, medication.
Well, why would I get married if I know that's about that? Oh, then it'll be your dad.
Then the woman couldn't do anything if she's not married. You can't do shit. You belong to your dad. It's like, it went back to, like, years ago. And there was just, like, little laws like that happening. And everyone was fighting against it. But, like, it just kept happening. But that's very, very slowly. Just like this bullshit.
That's kind of how it was, like, during the fucking
I know, that's what I just
European era. So
that they, with it, slowly got...
But I think, here's my thing.
There's
like,
way more, it gets crazier.
Like, I was just going to say how Rob was explaining it earlier about the federal government. There seems to be that, there's a lot of people who do want to side with women on this situation. So I don't think states like...
Yes, but it was a lot in Handmaid's Tale too. There was protests and people were getting fucking shot and killed.
There's no way.
And the government has all control. At the end of the day, they have control. They have the military. They can do whatever the fuck they want at some point.
I mean, they could, but the right now, the federal government is siding and vetoing the laws, like Robert was explaining.
Are they though? Because some of them have passed. No.
I mean, the federal government.
The Alabama one has passed. The Mississippi one, it just got vetoed, but a federal judge overruled it. But it didn't hit Supreme Court yet. Like it didn't go up high enough, like yet. But it's just one judge vetoed it, like a Mississippi judge.
The fact that it's happening in this day and age is what's making me be like, what the fuck.
The fact that we're even still talking about this in 2018. 2019.
I don't know why y'all surprised at the South though, because they live in the 60s. Like,
yeah, but I'm not surprised about the South, but like it's more so just this day and age. Like the people that you elect in office, like the people.
But that's the
if
y'all would have said New York or Pennsylvania or Detroit, Michigan, California. If y'all would have said California trying to pass an abortion bill, I'd have been like,
I don't think you don't.
I get what you're saying. Because different areas are very different.
What
in
if
the
they
United
passed
States
a
is very
law saying that going against black people's rights? Y'all can't vote anymore. There.
Where?
What would you think? In Alabama, what would you think?
Them
you
niggas,
wouldn't be outraged?
I would be outraged.
You wouldn't be like, oh,
but
it's the South. I don't know why y'all surprised. It's the South.
It wouldn't surprise me. I'm with you, but it wouldn't surprise me as much if a state like New York or New Jersey was like, I don't fuck with y'all niggas no more.
Because still should be surprised because it's 2019. What the fuck?
But it doesn't surprise me because when you go to the South, that's just how they are. So they're gonna try to some dumb shit.
I don't even get carded for alcohol. Like they just let me do whatever. Like they don't give a fuck. But it's a different area. It's a different culture. Like I grew up in the South. I completely understand what you're saying. It's a completely different culture.
Right.
Like it's like you grow up way faster in a sense in the South, but. Like you grow up faster, so they treat you more of an adult, as in when you're younger. Mm-hmm. But you still, in the South, you still know like you're still a kid.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that they're right because they're in the South and they're doing that. It's still wrong. Boom. Final point. I was just hold on. Let me just wrap up my point.
You started talking last time.
Look,
he was gone still.
You do have to fight. Don't be surprised when certain areas do certain shit.
But we should be, because that's how you fight back.
No, you should fight, but it's my thing. Like if I know the KKK racist. Like I'm not gonna be surprised when they out here being racist. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that's something I grew up and understood. So, but you still should fight it. Okay. But go ahead about the Handmaid's Tale.
So basically, they slowly put all these laws on women, making it so they had no rights, and then they just fucking kidnapped them, took them away from their families, took their children away from them, and made them fucking slaves. To have every woman that either like had a kid or wasn't barren in some way, they were taken and given to other families in power, like government families in power. Like I think they called them commanders, and they would have to have sex with them in order to produce those people's children. Do you know what I mean?
It sounded like the 1850s. Go ahead.
That's
and they had no rights. They were fucking slaves, and they were raped every day. And once a month.
I heard that. So, Carly, you was talking about the.
I finished up.
It's a good little. Okay.
Oh, just watch it. Okay, go ahead.
I said what it was.
It was a little distraction. It's been cutting out the podcast. Sorry about that.
We on to a new topic.
Been running.
We still on the same topic, but we're done.
I have a theory on it, right? So my theory, right, is that the government is using this as a method to get human bodies to experiment on, for one.
What?
And like
they've been doing that with the Ancestry Never mind.
So listen. So they're like, if you abort, you die. So people are gonna be like, nah, I'm not aborting because I don't want to fucking die. So then that's going to lead to, like, people putting their kids up for adoption more often. And, like, a lot of kids go without being adopted and they just end up, like, going out on their own. But, like, what if somebody's, like, like, finessing on the inside? They're like, yeah, I'll take this kid. I'll take that kid. The kids can't fight for themselves. So now the government has free people to just do whatever and experiment on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so, like, Tony 2012?
Anyway, there's plenty of kids in the foster system.
They can do that right now.
Yeah, but, like, they can have more to test on.
That's the problem. There's too many kids.
This and that. And then at the same time, it's like, so like companies that make contraceptives are going to be like, the business is going to be booming more because it's like people are more inclined to use it so they don't get pregnant. So it's like a win-win for the government, for these companies trying to get the bread out here. You know what I'm saying?
I can see some companies benefiting from the abortion laws or whatever.
Have y'all seen any like Durex fucking anti-abortion? Like have y'all seen like? They're not saying shit on the matter. They don't give a fuck. They're like, yeah.
So how come Dorix can stay quiet, but I can't? See why that ain't right? See why that ain't right? Y'all got it.
Nobody said that was okay.
No.
I need you to add Dorix right now.
I feel like they're benefiting from the whole thing.
Like, they better. I'm not even benefiting.
So it's like, come on, y'all. Like, word is how it is.
Condom sales went up 50%.
If this makes people have safer sex, that's one benefit that would come from it. Not gonna lie.
I mean,
that's a good thing. The thing itself is bad, but if it makes people be like, oh shit,
time to use condoms.
I should probably be safer about the way I use my body with other people, then.
Carl, I got one more question because this abortion law ties into whatever they're trying to do with the Planned Parenthood or whatever, and like
funding.
What is that? Because I'm
Planned
not.
Parenthood is basically like a clinic for women. It has nothing to. It's not just abortions. People they do that.
They do that. Go ahead.
What happened? They do that, but it's mainly like screenings for STDs or I can't think when you're doing shit.
Screenings for STDs.
For STDs or like breast cancer or
do they give out
birth control?
See, that's my question.
Safely. Like it's basically like
because I see a lot of people saying like they trying to strip me of my birth control. So do they provide like free birth control or whatever? I didn't know that. I thought it was more so of like
birth control can be free, but it also can be very expensive depending where you are and what your insurance is.
Yeah, I get you.
So if you don't have health insurance, you go to Planned Parenthood and they'll help you.
Damn, that's kind of wild.
And they're trying to remove that.
How do you win in that situation?
Because people view it. People that don't like Planned Parenthood push it off as
it's a waste of money, pretty much.
That it's an abortion clinic.
Oh,
that's what it's shown as. Like, even myself, before I researched it, I thought it that's where you go to get abortions, which it can be, but that's really not the majority of what they do. The majority of what they do is everything else I just talked about.
They help women.
I know Planned Parenthood as like
shouts out to Planned Parenthood.
The birth control type situation, but I didn't know that you could get an abortion from there.
Yeah.
So like,
or they'll help you make the decision pretty much because it's a big decision and you need someone to talk to about it. And basically, that's what they'll do is like counsel you about if it's a decision for you and they're not against you. Where you go to other places, they will literally like say like, no, you shouldn't do that. Like you're an evil person for doing that.
So they pretty much just provide the information and say, I'm not going to tell you what you...
Pretty much, they're a support system for women.
I didn't even know, like...
If you want X, we with you. If you want Y, we with you.
I don't know any of this shit.
I mean, I'm going to go there to get the free condoms.
I have nothing to do with that. Like, I don't have sex.
And think about it. Planned Parenthood. Basically, what they do is help you decide or understand your...
I thought
being a mom,
honestly, just from starting Planned Parenthood, I thought it was like they're just gonna help you, like if you need help bringing the kid up, like if you need financial support.
Oh no,
they don't even do that.
I had no idea. Like, I thought that's what that was the whole time because I'm not concerned with this.
So like, can you go there to get the? Never mind, because that's birth control technically. So
what Depo shot? Is that what you're gonna say?
I guess that's what it's called. Like the shot in the ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa! It's in your ass.
It's not in your ass. It's in your arm.
Nah, some hoes get in their ass.
Yeah, they have like really skinny arms, but it's in your arm.
I'm really.
So.
Okay, final question.
Motherfucking.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, what you about to say?
I was gonna do quick hits.
Go ahead.
I said, speaking of skinny arms, this motherfucking Melly dude, right? Y'all want to talk about that?
Quick hits, bro. Quick hits.
You did quick hits at the start, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I did not do.
Go ahead, do them again.
Y'all niggas tripping. I ain't never do no quick hits. Y'all tripping. Anyway.
Free my nigga YNW Melly.
Quick hits. Make sure y'all watch Attack on Titan. Make sure y'all. I didn't say that. Come on, y'all need to stop that.
I whispered it. How do you
Make sure y'all get the new Judgment next month. Come out. Game called Judgment. Yeah, it's fighting.
I'm gonna skip that one.
PlayStation. Cause you a hater.
Nah, the only fighting game I play.
It's not. It's not a fighting game. It's a brawler. If that makes sense.
No.
Like it's hack and slash, but with fists.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, I'm gonna skip that one.
Make sure y'all watch My Hero when it comes out October.
Dog, so many podcasts between now and then.
And finally, Madara saved Naruto. So
I disagree.
Who saved Naruto?
Kishimoto, is that his name?
So,
okay, you got it. You got it.
Do you guys think the term calling a white woman or person Becky is similar to the N-word?
No.
Per a Facebook person.
I don't use Facebook, so I ain't got an opinion.
Per a person.
Oh my God.
I told y'all to stop using Facebook. I told y'all to stop using Facebook.
I asked you a direct question.
Yeah, I told you I stopped using Facebook.
Has nothing to do with Facebook.
So. Would
Okay,
you put?
If I saw it on Twitter, you fucking retarded.
Hold on.
It's on Twitter.
Nah, Twitter you get flamed.
Yeah. Everyone would have been on that shit.
Oh hell yeah! Would you would you put calling a white girl Becky?
No.
On the same?
No.
No.
Where is it at?
In relation, like
how far away? Because it is a derogatory term.
Ready,
it's meant to be mean.
We're gonna start the list right here.
Okay, all right.
Becky.
Becky can be good or bad, but the N word will never be good.
Listen.
Yeah,
that's just what I'm in my head. I'm just like,
Listen,
like, damn,
Becky.
like,
I mean,
Jew. Spit.
yeah.
whoa.
Redskin.
You just got mad. Fucking go ahead.
Coon.
I didn't hear
offensive.
what you said.
Saying a bunch of
A couple more.
slurs.
A couple more. And then nigga. Let me start one more
With
time.
the
You gonna put
A?
that at the top?
Depending on who sends it, with the A, definitely with the ER. So let me start it one more time.
Yeah, the ER.
Becky.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. With an A. though.
Becky.
Does that count?
No, depending on who says it and how you saying it. Because, you know, there's some white people that be like, they use it as a sarcastic term because...
I don't know about that.
It's not like some deep shit.
What do you mean?
Like, Becky was never like...
term?
Becky's not like a racist term for a white person. It's just not.
Isn't it used for a white person though?
It's used
Only?
for a white girl it was just used for a specific white girl. Like, it was the name of a girl. Like, Beyonce said it.
Yeah, with the good hair. Yeah.
Called Becky with the... Like, it was never like a racist term.
But
She
I
was just
do
saying, like,
think it
call
was a
that white
dig.
girl.
It was a dig.
Yeah, because Jay-Z was fucking another bitch.
But I think we all
Another
agree
white
it's
bitch.
not anywhere near the N-word.
No, not even close.
I think it's
Becky.
really hard for, like, black people to
Jew.
even be racist in America.
Spit.
Yo, he gonna keep listening.
No. I
You about to
agree
get
with
fucking...
you.
No, like, I'm
Because when
scared.
someone calls me a cracker, it's fucking funny.
Yeah, like-
It's not. It doesn't offend me.
Right, but if you
I
call
was
someone,
never
like,
called
the
a
N-word,
cracker and like hit
Wait,
with a
didn't
whip.
somebody call you a cracker like on the board?
Yes. No. When we were at
was
the
that?
park, that little kid called me a cracker.
Yeah, they were
bitch.
like...
Oh,
Cracker
yeah,
bitch.
yeah.
And we all were like, what? And then when all
bro.
three of you guys turned around, whoever I was with, he said, she called me the N-word. She called me the N-word. I never said anything to this kid.
Yeah,
Because
what the...
he didn't realize
See how these little niggas be lying, yo?
He thought it was just with Ryan, who's a
Oh,
white
no
dude.
way.
And I said, what are you staring at? Because as he was walking by, he literally was like, to me. So I was like, what the fuck are you looking at? And he said, shut the fuck up, you white cracker bitch, or some shit like that. And then all three of them turned around. He was like, she called me the N-word. She
Yo.
called me the N-word.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my dad, or some shit.
Yeah, niggas lying
It was
fast.
funny
like,
as hell, because if I would have said,
If you wasn't with the niggas, you'd have been in some shit. That's all I got.
there's literally like 30 black people playing basketball a foot away.
That's some shit. Like, these little kids really
he took
be...
that out of his pocket so
Yeah.
that it almost like I was like, did I? Like he took it out. You know what I mean? Like he fucking had it so fast that I was like, wait, what the? Who said it? Someone said it.
Charlie said, oh.
Who says that immediately? Like he already thought if she says something to me, I'm gonna say she called me the N-word.
Hold on real quick. Y'all remember the John last episode? Y'all said I had to like clip out. Like this is one of those that we gotta clip out.
Nigga, that's promo. You fucked up.
Wait,
That's the
me?
promo.
I
That
fucked
shit
up.
funny as
No,
hell.
he fucked up. That's promo right
Why
there.
did he fuck up?
Because he said we should cut it out. No, we're not cutting shit out.
What did he say?
He said we should cut it out.
What did
And
he
I-
cut out? What I said?
Yeah.
Why? It's funny.
Did I say? I'm kind of with you.
Nigga, that's
That
promo.
shit funny.
I'm not
That
cutting
shit
it
funny.
out.
I'm not wrong.
I
That shit
didn't
funny.
say it. Did I say it?
Nah.
I said, what are you looking at? And he turned around and
They
said,
shooting. I
"Nigga,
made
what
you look.
Oh, man.
But no, whoever thinks that,
serious.
Yeah, you tripping, yo.
yeah, you're tripping. There are certain levels,
Especially,
and I don't even.
bitch.
It's not derogatory at all, because it's kind of like you just said a name, like a common name for
there
somebody
isn't
who's white.
one term that is for my race that offends me, that ass.
Now, I have a question. Like,
go ahead, say it. What if somebody called you Jamal? We fighting.
I'm talking about for me.
We fighting. Go ahead, say it. We fighting because you saying all black people look the same. Go ahead.
Right. So my question is like, so.
I think I know what I was talking
So
about.
there are other terms for like white people, like a snow
Honky.
bunny. Is a snow bunny an offensive
That's not
term?
offensive. That's saying it's not a cute white girl.
Nah, it's a white girl that fucks with exclusively black dudes.
That ain't what it used to
That's
be.
not how people use it because
That's not how it used to
that's
be.
not how
What
it's
it used to
always
be.
used.
Originally,
Yeah.
it was a white girl who did coke.
Whoa, they changed that one crazy. Yeah, they changed that one. Wow.
How you trying to blame that on the niggas?
Wow.
Snow bunny. Like, it's like,
Bro, they changed that one way the fuck up. Cause
No,
Bro,
but that makes
bro.
sense though because snow.
snow is coke. It's
Yeah.
coke. Playboy bunnies.
Stop.
Yo,
they changed that
Like,
one.
bunny's been a name for girls. Like, Playboy bunnies. Like, y'all knew bunny
I've
was
only
girl.
heard it as like just a white girl. Like
It's
I
just
didn't
a
think it as
white girl
derogatory.
do
It's just
coke,
a white
like-
girl. If I hear that, they're talking about someone white.
Now, would you put?
Y'all niggas is shocked that I said that shit.
So would you put Becky on the same level as ignorant?
What?
Because it's not directly saying anything.
Are you talking about that lady?
Yeah.
No. The word
Kylie
ignorant.
said, hold on, wait a minute.
Ooh, the word ignorant
I'm
is not
listening.
offensive.
Let me
It
put
just
that.
precedes the other.
She fucking
offensive
said
words.
it like you're an ignorant black person. So I said, fuck you.
Wait,
Blah, blah,
what did
blah.
she say?
So
She
I don't
called
remember
you a-
exactly.
I mean, tell the story. So we was
I don't
at
need the whole
Walmart.
story.
All right.
I was just
it's
curious
not.
what
It's
she
not like
called
it's
you.
not like a long story. so
Walmart
we was at the
word.
Walmart. We was leaving Walmart. I was trying to find my car.
Next to the subway. Yep.
No.
No.
Oh,
That doesn't matter.
home
It
living.
doesn't really
Word.
matter. Yeah. So I was
We were
like
walking out of a building,
trying to find my car. So I set my alarm off so I
Bleep,
could
bleep.
find my car.
Yep.
which was rude.
No, it wasn't.
That is kind of
It's
rude.
a little rude.
How?
It's fine. Go
All
ahead.
right, so I set the alarm off,
It's
and there just
unnecessary.
happened to be somebody right next to my car, practically leaning on it, and she got scared. So when I walked over, I was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I was trying to find my
Just
car."
like that, very nice.
Because I'm a nice person, I don't like to be mean to people. And she said,
And she
"Oh, I thought
said-
you were just being ignorant," and then she walked.
No,
over.
she didn't even say it like that. She said, "Oh, I just thought you were being ignorant, like a fucking bitch." And I said, "That's not what that word means." So
And then when she came back from putting her card away, she was like, "Listen, I'm very sorry." for
because
being
I
rude."
said something, she
Yeah.
realized, "Oh shit,
Like, yeah, I fucked up. Yeah.
that was fucking rude."
like that ass. I didn't even know she was
Right.
being rude to me. Like
Because
Carly
as a
told me-
white person, what she meant was because you're the person that came over.
White people talking code. Hear the game. Hear the
Niggas
game.
like go too.
Hear the
So
game.
I'm listening.
I
I'm
knew
with
what
you.
the fuck she meant, and I had to call her on it because you didn't do anything wrong. It was an accident, and you apologized.
Y'all heard?
The fact that you even had enough in you to walk up to her and say something and like
Exactly.
actually
He
genuinely
had to say
apologize,
shit.
like to me
He could
after
have
that
been
it would have been like, oh, like no problem, like I appreciate you even like apologizing, like what the
Facts.
No
fuck,
big deal.
right?
Right.
I'd have been like, ah,
No
you're
problem.
fine. Like,
I'd be
it's
like,
cool.
my
It
fault.
just
I was
scared
touching
me.
the car.
you got. I'd be like, I was laughing, like you got me, bro. Like
She
it was
was,
funny, like
she was fucking
My fault. I was
subtly
touching the car.
racist
Yeah,
because
like-
she saw who did it,
Y'all heard?
You were
And-
quickly
Listen to the
racist.
code. Listen to the
and
code. Go
that's
ahead.
Facts, she's
and that's
preaching.
what she meant. Because
Yeah.
people, there's
The
a
code,
common
the code.
thing like ignorant black people. Like
if you
people
know,
say
you
that
know.
shit.
Like,
And when she said that, I knew what she meant, and I literally said that's not what that word means, but okay.
That's
Because
why I
that's
gotta
not what
have white
ignorant
friends.
means. Ignorant means a lack of knowing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
thank
you
God for
saying
white
that that
friends.
means
If I didn't have
rude?
white friends, man,
I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about right now.
Allies.
go get you some white friends, black folks, because you need them.
And this is
bro.
why I'm pro-choice.
It's a
man.
ride or die
And
right
so
here.
when I brought this up and the abortion thing is what I was talking about. I didn't have to say anything.
more white people like Carly. Yo.
But
I
time
didn't
out.
have to say
See,
anything.
time out, time out,
Did
time
I
out.
Carly
say
ain't had to
anything?
say.
Time, 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 time,
That's
time.
why she
More,
on
we need
podcast.
more
Time, time,
Barsants
time.
in the
We need
world.
more
You're
Barsants.
right.
We need more
You're
Barsants,
right.
nigga.
You're right. But hold on. What if Darren was like, "Yo, just mind
Nah,
your
there
business.
is no what
I'ma
ifs because
just-
he wasn't. There
I'ma-
is no what ifs because he
Yo.
wasn't.
Yo, just mind your
Fuck outta
business.
here.
I'm gonna
There
just do this and don't say nothing. Like, what if he was like that? Then now what? You gonna say something or no?
Yep,
If
'cause
Darren is saying,
Carly-
don't
yep,
say nothing.
Yep, because Carly a real ass nigga, so she gonna be like, "What you looking at, bitch?" Yup.
No,
That's so aggressive.
She
I
definitely would argue with me. She definitely would argue with
No,
me. Like,
I would not let him tell me what I'm
Right,
going to do
right.
with my words
Yeah.
because I know it's wrong and I'm going to
Facts.
stand up for what's wrong. And
Period.
the fact that I know statistics
I got it.
that if I stand up against a black person to a white person, they will realize that they are wrong. Where if I was the same race as him, they wouldn't have gave a fuck.
They'd have been like,
And
"Oh,
I
that's another
appreciate
one."
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
another
it
one.
was just like more of a
you're
problem.
ignorant. You're just as ignorant as
Wait,
them. That's
wait
what
till
you-
the
But
10
in
kids
that-
come around the
wait,
corner,
wait,
dog.
wait a second. In
Called me
that
the N-word.
situation, I had the higher. I don't know how to say this without sounding
Moral
like a
ground?
bitch. Like,
Say it.
no, I don't know how to say it. Like,
More power.
Sure, more power because he's the minority. He's the one being discriminated against.
You see how they treat us black
In
men?
the situation with the abortion, men
Same
have more
right.
power.
Facts.
That's
And I'm
a
not
fact.
standing for
So
that
that's
bullshit.
what I'm talking about.
Black men don't got the power though.
Oh
So
my, he's just ignoring.
No, man. Yo.
Wait, what did you say?
Out. You know
Did you
what?
say he's just ignoring you?
Black
Yeah.
man
Can I tell you? I thought she just
womanhood.
said he's just ignorant. I was like, wait a minute.
No, I said he's just ignoring me.
I was like, oh, so he ignorant now. I'm like,
We forgot that fast. She pulled a quick one on us.
Man, what you say earlier? Did I say
I was
it?
like, wait, did you say that? I was like,
You wanted to hear that.
Wait, did I say it? Yo, wow, y'all heard me.
Ignoring
Yo,
me
y'all heard her call me the N-word. Y'all heard it.
That cracker bitch.
I'm standing by what I said. We still need more bar sons in the world,
What?
dog.
You just say you're pregnant?
No. What are
I'm
you
pregnant,
hearing?
bitch.
I said cracker bitch. The fuck?
I'm
fuck you
fucking
hear?
dying
I'm
here,
pregnant.
Sir. Oh my god.
Y'all
Sound like
niggas is crazy.
It would have been funnier if he would have said I'm pregnant.
All right.
I'm fucking weak at this podcast.
Where we at?
I'm watching this like 4 times.
I'm telling y'all, we the hottest niggas out,
Yeah,
literally
it's hot
and
here.
figuratively.
Actually, we've been on a cold streak because we haven't been releasing content so often.
We the greatest of all
I
time.
don't think so.
There's no ceiling fan in this room.
That's a fact.
It's not my fault.
No, that's also a
I'm
fact.
just letting them know.
You didn't build this building. You right.
I mean, we
I
can
mean,
get
you chose it.
not a box fan.
You did, but you didn't build the room.
Yo, if you willing to pay half my rent, I'll move right now.
That's a discussion.
All right,
Wait,
then. Like,
wait, so I'm gonna pay your rent for you to live somewhere else?
yes, because you want me to live somewhere else.
So I had other topics or whatever.
Mhm.
I don't know if they're relevant anymore. Like
Go ahead.
fucking J. Cole had said
You made 2,000 a word, yeah.
Yeah, Drake
no.
nice.
He said Drake is top 5, if not goddamn the
The best, the
He
greatest.
said he's top 5, if not the best rapper to come in this motherfucker.
30
That's what he
Strikes
said.
closes at 2 a.m.
So it's like, what?
30 Strikes closes at 2 a.m. They made
We
it
got
up.
time, cuz, and it's like unlimited. I don't really think that's I don't really think it's relevant anymore because it's like
It's not relevant.
Drake's not top 5,
Oh yeah, you
and
did
he's
say
definitely not
that.
the best. Kodak had a reply to T.I. back a couple weeks ago with Expeditiously. Nobody even fucking listened to this
Oh,
shit.
y'all hear the new Kodak news?
Dude, what happened?
They found a gun, a rental Ferrari, and something else. It was a third thing linked to him. No, he tried to buy a fake.
He tried to apply for a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He tried to apply for a gun. They found his fingerprints on a gun and rental Ferrari, all linked to a
Didn't
shooting.
they find his fingerprints on the bullet casings too from that?
Yeah,
shooting?
some crazy shit. So it's like
Like, bro, come on, Kodak. Like, be
that.
smarter.
Yeah, that nigga gone.
He done.
You're supposed to be smart. How are you stupid? How you the smart, stupid nigga?
Yeah.
Like, that's me. You can't do that too. God damn it.
What else? 6ix9ine about to get out.
Soon.
I hope not. It's like, nah.
He
I
about to
don't
get
think
up
he
on whatever.
snitched. I don't think what he did is snitching. I don't care.
Took a plea
Nah,
deal?
he snitched, but like at the same time,
I think snitching only counts as if it's like your nigga. You feel me?
yeah.
Like if like you're the homie, like I'm not snitching on you, but like if you not the homie, then like.
But they
I'm
were
not-
homies.
But they weren't. They were never homies.
Nah, they were hired by that nigga. Like,
Not only were they hired by that nigga, even if they were homies, they never were really homies because they were stealing his money the whole
and I was
time.
true.
fucking on his
So
baby
you were
mom.
never my friend. You were stealing money from me the whole
I
time.
ain't fucking on my baby
I
mom.
don't think.
And fucking on my baby
I'm
moms.
not gonna be. I'm not gonna be
And
cool
they
with
plotted
you.
to
for
kill
doing
him. They plotted to kill him.
that. Oh yeah, I'm definitely snitching on you.
Like, come on,
I forgot
bro.
about
Are you
that.
about 6ix9ine right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just drifted off for a second.
Yeah.
If you try to kill me, I'm snitching.
You tried to
I'm
kill
sorry.
me. You fucked my baby moms, and you've been stealing money from me this whole fucking
I've
time.
been saying
I've
this
always
for.
agreed with that.
I've been
That's
saying
not
this for
snitching.
weeks. Like,
That if you care about you and your own first over
Right.
everything.
It's been a
So
while.
if it depends on that, you do whatever the fuck you have to.
Right. Like, in a situation like Shot Love, me and you
But
got
if
jammed
nothing
up,
would
I'm
have
taking
happened
it.
like that,
If it's mine.
and he snitched, then it's snitching.
Right. If it didn't go down that way, then it's snitching. Like, if y'all just got caught up on y'all federal shit,
And he just felt like doing it, then
you're
that's
snitching. But like, bro, y'all been doing me dirty. So what loyalty do you want me to have?
That's what I've been saying. Yo, mad
I don't
niggas
get that
have been
shit.
like, nah, you're stupid. You're not made for the streets. When I've been saying, like, no.
That's nothing to do with the
But
streets.
6ix9ine was never made for the streets though. So
I've literally taken charges for people, and I've literally
and I told you was stupid for that.
like I've literally been in situations like that. So don't ever me coming from my perspective. I can say that shit because I didn't snitch. I ain't rat nobody out. I ain't no snitch ass nigga. I took charges that weren't mine, and yeah, it wasn't fucking fun or shit. You know what I mean? But like in that situation, like I didn't snitch because y'all my niggas, and that's cold to me. I don't snitch.
Hey.
So I knew someone.
Too much information.
I'm not saying no names or no
Yeah.
detailed situation, but this happened.
Name about to slip out. Go ahead.
What?
I said name about to slip out.
No, it's not.
No. But okay, so somebody got pulled over.
Mm-hmm.
They dealed weed on us on a low level. This is not no fucking crazy shit. He had 2 dime bags on him. That's it.
Yeah.
A lot to me.
He got arrested on, I don't remember all the shit, but they did arrest him. He was taken down to the station, and everyone started freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yo, I know what you're talking about. Yup.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you literally don't.
I do.
No.
You literally don't.
I mean, you can pause it.
I promise you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Keep talking. Tell the story.
And everyone started freaking out, calling each other, being like, yo, blah, blah, blah is arrested right now. He's probably talking shit because we kind of already didn't trust this person that much. So then, all of a sudden, other people start getting pulled over for no reason.
Yeah.
They don't have a tail laid out. Like, no, they just start being like, you look suspicious, so we had to pull you over.
You look suspicious.
Search your car.
Fucking car.
Well, I don't remember all the fucking details.
Yeah, I know, but like...
They get pulled over, search their car, they get arrested. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a
so
cycle.
we realized that first person flip.
You told us the story before.
Is that snitching? Oh,
Yeah.
then you would.
Yeah.
So is that snitching?
Yeah.
That's their friend.
That's snitching.
And they were gonna get charges.
Yeah, you know what they did?
For distribution. For if they didn't say where they get it from.
Yeah, what they do is
And
when you get arrested, they ask you like who you get your shit from.
Yeah, I know.
But in exchange for that, they take away your charges and shit, and they just give you probation. But either
These
way,
are
you were
his
just gonna get probation. I know, but that's what you have to do, and that's what they ask you to do. I know, but that's what they ask you to do.
And nobody else got anything either.
Because they keep
didn't
snitching.
find any shit.
Well, yeah, if you keep snitching, like you're fine. But like that shit creates a cycle if you ask me. And me personally, like if I got caught with it and it's mine, fuck am I snitching for it? I'm gonna be a man. I'm gonna take my shit. What are you talking about?
But the point that I'm trying to make is that was he in any trouble to begin with, or did they just detain him to see?
No, he was in trouble. No, he was in trouble.
Because he had 2 dime bags on him. All they could say was possession. No.
No, possession and distribution and.
But he had 2 dime bags.
Yeah, that's possession. You have 2 separate. Like if it was together, it would just be possession. But it's because it's separately and packaged.
But you buy it that way.
But you don't buy it separately.
You can buy 2 dime bags.
Yeah, at 2 different times.
No.
At the same time, yeah, but you bought it for someone else. Did you buy it both for yourself?
For me, because that's how they did it. Was just by dime bags.
Well, see, that's really rare though.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it is. It's a case by case because when you buy weed, they give it to you one bag. You buy it gram wise, 1, 2, 3, like.
So I don't want to get like too specific with it, because like
I'm with getting specific because it's not like it's heroin.
Let's say you got like 2 dime bags, right, and then you put them inside of a separate bag, but together. Does that still count?
That's still distribution.
Because that's even more. Because
you're getting me a little worse. Because now you're packaging them.
Because you have it in a package.
Yeah, now you're packaging that shit.
To me, if I saw that, I'd be like, oh yeah, you sell.
Yeah, like, I'd be like, you trapping.
If they're like separate in your car in different places, like, oh, you just smoke.
Yeah.
But like if they're in the same place in a fucking bag,
yeah, you're trapping because you're just taking them out and just handing them out like that.
Bro, so if you have that bag inside of another bag, is it like, does it go up the more bags?
No, the charge is
in the bag, you're like, oh, you're going to jail now.
Right. Nah, the charge don't change, but they do add.
More suspicious. If you have a scale, or if you have like, it just goes more suspicious.
I can't just weigh my fucking. Nah, that's crazy.
What are you weighing?
My goldfish. I want to see how much I'm eating. Like, come on, son.
Anybody that smokes weed like that has a scale. Whether they sell it or not, you have a scale because you want to know what you're getting.
Right.
They were trying to tell me I was selling weed, and I'm like, bro, I had a scale because when I get my shit, I want to make sure my shit's right. Like, what? Why would I not?
Just know what you have. You just
I want to know what I got, bro. Like,
If you don't have a scale and you smoke like that, you're dumb.
Yeah, you're just breaking up way more than what you have to. Like, you're not conserving. You're just being dumb. Like,
take
literally.
the knowledge in, Dan.
I have no need for this.
Shiloh over here, like, I already know about this. Like,
No, I don't. I
already know about
Yeah,
this.
he
Like,
do live that life.
Yeah, apparently you live that life.
Yeah, that's
I wasn't gonna say it, but he said it, so.
How I live that
Gangsta.
life
That's
when I
gangsta
when I had to pass the drug test to get the job I'm currently working at. How did I live
that's
that?
gangsta love. Lived is past tense. Oh, he trapped.
Yo,
Oh,
if you
whoa,
trap,
whoa.
you're not failing.
Wait,
a
what?
drug test. You gonna fail a drug test for having it near you?
No.
No, you're smoking if you trap, though.
I don't think that's fair on all levels.
Not on all levels, but
That's
it's
like saying
I'm
niggas
gonna
who
give
take
her like
H.
95%.
That's like saying who niggas
on.
take
Like,
H.
you might find like one person, bro, but you're not finna like
Bullshit.
So niggas who sell H, they.
H.
No, I said if you trap,
I said
you
H.
smoke.
Oh. Yeah, a lot of heroin dealers shoot up their own supply.
Yes,
Ooh,
100%.
that's crazy.
Man, you supposed to
Y'all
not get
niggas
high
don't-
on your own supply. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
no shit, but
It's like Biggie died
that's
from
the
nothing.
reason
Like,
that's a
He
law.
did. He died early, very
The
early.
reason that's a rule
Yeah.
is because it fucking happens
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just do all of it. Like, fuck it. Like, the niggas die over that shit?
Over what?
Heroin?
Nah, over like, not.
What?
Never mind. I think I understand it.
Cause Darren was about to ask some real dumb shit.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's dumb. I think it's like
The niggas die over what?
Well,
Niggas die every day, B.
Stop
I had to
it.
think about it because like you buy it before you can distribute it. It's not like they just hand it to you.
That's not true all the
No,
time.
so basically, like, if you start selling weed, and then you meet someone that sells Molly, then you start selling Molly, and then you meet someone that sells coke, then
Yeah,
you sell
but, like-
coke, and then you sell heroin. You might not do heroin.
So in your line of selling the shit, like, do you give them money to sell beforehand, or do you like give them money based off of what you sold? Like,
What do you mean?
Basically, it's like, well, it depends.
All right, so let's say I'm the guy who gives, like, I don't know how to explain.
So you're the wholesaler.
You're the plug.
I'm the plug.
You're my middleman. So, like, I sell.
How you go from the
give it
plug to the
me.
middleman?
You give it to me because he's not.
Girl, like, you not the plug. She
I want-
Rob,
let's
you the
say-
plug.
let's say I
Darren,
wanna
you the
sell
middleman.
weed.
I'm buying. Shout out, you the bystander.
Yeah, you're the bystander.
You like that?
Shit, that's how me mind my business,
Damn,
bro.
shallow bystander low.
That's how me mind my business.
So I'm
Bystander
trying to sell
low.
weed to him, but I have to find weed first to sell. So
Oh,
I want to sell weed.
You wanna sell weed.
He wants to buy, right? But I want to sell, right?
you have to find someone to get it.
So
From.
I get the weed from you.
So I'm the plug.
Yes, you're the plug.
Okay, I'm the plug.
So do I pay you to get the weed initially, or do you give me the weed and then
No,
after
I
sell
give you
It
the
depends.
It
weed.
depends.
Okay, but most
That
of the time,
depends. It depends if you're how cool you are with your plug.
Okay.
that's true.
So
If
we
I
have
know
our
you
current
like that,
relationship.
and
She
I'm
gonna
not
front you a
afraid-
QP.
and I'm not afraid of it, I'll front you something.
Quarter pounder with cheese.
You'll sell
Quick
it.
kind of-
I get a portion of it.
Okay.
If you either get a portion of it or you smoke that. Usually it ends up you smoking it,
Okay.
which is how people smoke for free.
So what I'm saying is like,
Free.
let's say you give me the weed, you front me the weed, QP,
Mhm.
and I decide I'm about to just smoke all this shit.
You're dying.
Yeah.
So niggas die over that. Is what I'm saying.
Well, you might not necessarily. If it's weed, you're probably not gonna die. You're probably gonna get like beat up and shit. 'Cause
I'm just
the
saying.
thing
I was
about
saying
weed,
like
yeah,
something's gonna happen.
yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah, something's definitely gonna happen. But the thing about weed, the reason why niggas like don't like niggas do die over weed.
Wait,
like,
you
don't get
re-
me wrong.
time out.
But the reason why niggas aren't like actually like killing over that shit is because one, its addictive properties aren't as high as like the other drugs, and
Right,
two,
right.
it's at the end of the day, it's a plant. You can really just grow
That's
that shit.
true.
Damn.
Like, and you can get it like anywhere, bro. Like it's weed.
Dan, I got a serious question for you.
Okay.
You didn't know niggas died from the drug game? Like that
Like
was
niggas die from any drug, but like weed
Well,
is probably
not-
one of the
that's-
lowest ones.
Stop.
That's why I was saying like, nah, I figured
He
it
was
out.
just asking about
I said
weed
I figured-
specifically if it was that serious, right?
But like what made you think
Right.
niggas don't die from the drug game?
Well,
Like,
no, I figured it out because like it never really crossed my mind like yeah this and that, but I figured it out before I asked it. But then you were like, you was about to ask a stupid question, so I had to ask the question to let you know like, nah, it's not a stupid question.
it was a stupid question.
No.
No
It
such
wasn't.
thing as a dumb
There
question.
is no such thing as stupid questions. Only stupid answers. I'm just kidding.
Niggas can die from the drug game. Next
Yeah,
question.
but I already figured it out.
Okay, so
You
I have
figured
a
it
question about drug addiction. Do you guys think it's a disease or no?
out.
We talked about this before.
We did?
On the podcast?
Not on a podcast, but I know like disease. I don't
I
know.
definitely didn't hear his.
Let's take on it.
That nigga Rob addicted to a lot, so I'm gonna let him go first.
First of all, don't ever in your life discuss my personal addictions on this podcast.
Might be.
I'm addicted to having a good time and living my motherfucking life. Okay? Those are the only addictions I got.
This guy.
But like, why am I snitching? Like,
he said, don't you ever. You didn't say he.
Why am I snitching?
Let him know, Carter.
You're right. Why am I
snitching?
snitching?
Don't you ever. Which I feel the same way. Don't
Nah,
expose my
fuck
shit.
no.
Shit. So,
I
but
expose myself.
do you think addiction is I gave her that name. All right. You think addiction is a disease?
She took it. How about that? She took it for herself, made it stronger. How we did, nigga.
Oh my God!
She took something for herself.
What is that parallel, yo?
Yeah, what?
You just like that joint on Facebook, yo.
Yeah.
That's your name.
Okay, but what do you think? Because you do it to yourself.
I mean, yeah, because you do it. See,
but once you do it,
when you ask me if I was 16, I'd give you a stone cold no. That's your issue. You gotta deal with that.
Okay.
But now that I have more of an understanding of
maturity,
yeah, and just information in general, you do it to yourself, but you can get help from it. So, I mean, because it can be quote unquote cured, like it's you're still gonna be addicted no matter what. But because there is a quote unquote cure and you can get help from it, then yeah, I'm cool with labeling it a disease, so that way people who are addicted can get the help that they need. I'm more so of a how can these people get the help that they need, and if marketing it as a disease gets them the help, then I'm with it.
So that aside,
so addiction is a disease.
If they can get help, yes.
For the sake of helping them, but like if you don't look at that part, what do you say? Yes or no?
Have you ever felt like you were? You don't have to say what, but have you ever felt like you were addicted to anything?
Yeah, you get into habits and shit like that. Yeah, it's a mental thing. So
everything that's an addiction, you do it to yourself the first time or the first couple times.
Right.
Yeah, but
everything.
I'm with you. It's a mental thing. It's mental.
It's hard to stop that, no matter what it is, because your brain has become accustomed to that feeling, whatever it is that.
I'm with you.
That new stimuli.
Habit, whatever.
So
go out there.
So bro. What do you like? What is the general consensus on this? Is it a disease or not?
I don't know.
It doesn't. What do you consider it? Do you consider it a disease?
I don't know.
I'm not really sure.
I think that I have a different view of it than other people. But to me, it doesn't matter if it's a disease or not. I just know that those people shouldn't be treated the way that they're treated.
I need to get the definition of disease before I can solidly put an answer to this shit. Because it's like, what is disease?
Yeah, get it.
I think that in the there's this book. I think it's called the DSM, where it has every
Well, do you call depression a disease?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Do you call bipolarness disease?
Well, bipolar,
like being bipolar, like those are mental symptoms,
illness.
Mental
it's
issues.
Illness, though.
Okay, so I have the definition of disease. There's two definitions. The first one is a disorder of structure or function in a human, animal, or plant, especially one that produces specific signs or symptoms, or that affects a specific location and is not simply direct.
And by that definition, yes. Yeah. What's the second one?
A particular quality, habit, or disposition regarded as adversely affecting a person or group of people. So,
That's again.
It's a disease.
You started talking, and I was like, oh yeah. The second one's more clear than the first one.
For sure.
Yeah. Like the first one, I was like, yeah. The second one, first two words.
You said habit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So based on that definition,
it's a disease.
I mean,
at me, bitch.
It don't matter. Right. It don't matter.
Semantics.
Do you how do you feel about how they're treated though?
I mean, I think it's a scary.
I know I contributed it into ways that I'm not proud of, but I don't realize it in the moment.
No, I feel you. I feel
you
like
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you see a crackhead walking on the side of the street, acting all crazy. What do? You fucking laugh. Or some of the shit they say, you're like, what the fuck? Or you're scared, or whatever it is. But in reality, that person needs help. But
they're sick.
I don't feel like I can help them in that moment because they're not gonna do a thing.
I don't know. In terms of society as a whole, of the scare tactic of
Don't do drugs, like that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do weed because then you're gonna do heroin.
I don't really.
That shit pisses me off.
That's wild.
People that do weed and then go to heroin would have always gotten to heroin. They have addictive personalities. They have that disposition in their family tree. Whatever it is, there's so
the
many...
H would have been in the vein somehow.
There's so many... Or another thing. But there's so many other people that just smoke weed that, like, how can you say that?
Yeah. That's me. Like, I don't get how niggas get the heroin.
Well, because you don't have it in your... It's a genetic thing, too.
Yeah, I know. My cousin's addicted to heroin.
Like...
Well, it's disease, so I can see that.
I have a lot of people in my family that do crack. I don't know how the fuck they do that shit. They be violent.
The government push crack in the black community.
What the fuck is how they do it the first time. That's what I think about.
Niggas not scared.
I get it after the first, second time because of the feeling and the addiction and the disease.
But
the
bringing yourself to do it is a whole different level of like.
I'm about to fuck my life up.
The first time is what I don't understand. I get it because I've talked to someone that's done it and I'm so close to them.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Nah, I feel you.
It's definitely wild.
All right.
I mean, I don't know how niggas do it today, but when crack was first hitting the streets, I could see how you only see, oh, that nigga looks like he's having a good time.
It wasn't marketed as that, though. As like crack.
It was a party drug.
Yeah, it was like a good time. It wasn't marketed as like what it actually was, like opioids and shit now.
Yeah,
that's why a lot of pharmaceutical companies are getting sued for it. They push heroin. They didn't tell the population how addictive heroin is an opioid.
I know, but they don't give you heroin. They give you.
Well, I mean.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but like, yeah.
It leads to that, but I just didn't want you to.
Yeah, no, I get you. Like fentanyl, opioids, like Oxycontin, like all that shit, like oxycodone.
I was given Percocets.
All that shit. Percocets,
as a 14-year-old.
Yeah, they push that shit into kids, into everyone. They're trying to flood the market because they didn't tell us from rip how addictive that shit is. But just like cigarettes.
Do you
Doctors were literally telling people to smoke.
Yeah, they were prescribing.
Like medical professionals were literally on TV like, these are the cigarettes you want to smoke for longevity. Like, knowing they cause cancer and shit. Like,
because they're getting paid.
Because they get paid. Like, if people didn't realize this yet,
sick,
like,
who gets paid?
The doctor. So either way, he's winning.
Yeah, some people.
He's giving himself more patience, and he's promoting a business that's going to give him more patience.
Called the conspiracy.
Some people are doing it for the check, but. You know, some other people, like when opioids first come out, like I don't think they 100% can realize how addictive it's going to be.
That's why everyone's saying.
Why can't you?
Because there's no long-term effect. No one have used them for a long time. You don't
know
the long-term effect.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but opioids have been out.
No, we're talking about
you're right.
before.
You're right. Now
you're talking about beginning.
We're talking about when people started using them as a drug.
Yeah, but like I don't get how that shit could have spread the way it did. Only for just because like it started in Japan and it's made from a plant, and if it's just like weed, like you can test shit. Like when you get it and like you test it and you figure out what it can do, you test those levels.
But you don't know the effects on the human body.
And I get that, and I get that, but the long term effects, right, I get that. And that's where the addiction comes in because addiction would be a long term effect,
right.
But opioids are so strong that they have short-term effects too.
That's true.
Just like cigarettes.
That's true.
If you smoked a cigarette for a week and then stopped, you would feel it. You would 110% feel it. You have nicotine in your body that's no longer there, that your brain started depending on, and now you just took it away. Mm-hmm. Short-term effects are just as critical as long-term effects. It's like CHS. Like, my short-term effects and my long-term effects aren't the same.
But do you think they knew it would cause a lung cancer?
Nigga said CHS like everybody.
I don't.
Know what that means.
Do you know what I mean? I get what you're saying about the addiction.
I don't think they might not have known the level of damage it could have caused to the human body, but like to me that doesn't matter because you're trying to hook me on a substance and the short term.
The short-term effects
and
are enough.
What you put in it, if we're talking about cigarettes for real, and what you put in it should have been enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, should have been more than enough, my guy. Like, that shit's enough. And that's coming from, like, you know, like, me.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, that shit's crazy. Like, I don't get that shit.
The short-term effects, like, when you study opioids and nicotine and all that, when you look at the short term effects, even like shit like caffeine,
right?
You can see how if this is fucking you up for 2 weeks, you shouldn't be on this for 2 months or 2 years.
Why are we talking about this?
I don't know how we got to this conversation.
Opioid addiction.
I know, but like, what's your point in saying?
You asked if addiction was someone asked if
addiction.
No. I know that. I know, but we're off that, right? No.
Yeah, I don't know how we just got here through conversation.
No. I'm asking, like, you saying like the short term effects. Why does that matter? And why they're marketing it? Is that what you mean?
No, my point is like because when opioids die, it's gonna be a new drug, right? Like it went from crack, opioids. It's gonna be something new. So I feel like as people, whenever the new shit hit, I don't know what it's gonna be called, but we gotta see the short term effects and see.
And stop it there. Is that what you're saying?
If that's fucking niggas up in 2 weeks,
what you're saying, I understand.
Then imagine that shit in 2 months, 2 years,
right.
2 decades.
And it only just builds. You gotta catch that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Easiest
Will
way
you tell
is
your kids
stay
not
off
to
the drugs,
smoke weed?
Yeah.
Stick with weed.
Will you say don't do drugs, don't smoke weed, don't do alcohol?
I mean, like I can't. I don't imagine me enforcing any more than what my mother would enforce. So like my mom, she wasn't.
You don't have to do what your parents did.
No, but like when I say that, my point is my mom was very lax. Like she allowed experiences. She allowed us to make our own decisions. If we're going down the wrong path, she'll obviously try to steer us down to the right direction.
But you have to branch out in order to be your own person.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
But would you tell your kids?
No, I'm telling my kids don't smoke crack. Like,
yeah.
like we're going to get those out of the way. Like, you better not smoke crack in my house. You better not be
heroin,
doing none of that crazy shit.
Pills. Because when you say in my house, they might just go to their friend's house.
Well, you better not be doing none of that shit. Period.
You do not put it in your body. Yeah. That's what I would say.
Don't do that shit. Period.
You put it in your body. This is what happens. Show them a fucking picture because that shit's impactful.
You 17, 18, you want to take a little sip. I mean, teaching them all the information.
Yeah, I
like
was
you
allowed
can get
to
fucked
drink
up.
wine with my family when I was 16.
Right place, right time, moderation, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
All important.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna ever have to like say that to my kids because like I'm not gonna. There shouldn't be in situations where that's gonna be like even a top. Like I've never been put in a situation. I would be, but like personally, I've never been in a situation where I was like even pure. Like I
told you one of my best friends that you knew.
Yeah.
Did cocaine, and we didn't know until way after.
Yeah.
So like, if you know what I'm saying?
Literally, the first time I ever saw weed in person was like 4 years ago. I'm 24 years old.
Yeah, but because the people you surrounded you with is way different.
Right.
Your children could possibly surround themselves with.
That's a fact. Yo, I can't shoot the neighbors.
I mean, you're saying. Here's my thing. You're saying because of how you were, but it's like Carly was explaining earlier.
For the chance it could happen.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And Carly was explaining earlier. It's like genetics, like.
Yeah.
So you
don't even know.
You might be good because you're not really into peer pressure, but the woman that you married, that might be something in her family where
but you don't even know.
Have a.
I don't know about me.
No, you don't know about your genetic disposition to addiction because your family hasn't done it to see if they are addicted to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Facts.
I mean, I'm banking on that. We had a
good little tree right there, though.
Like I will like
But there is addictions to other things like cigarettes.
Yeah,
caffeine.
I've had family members who were like addicted. Like my aunt who recently passed, she had an addiction. She battled with it. She beat that addiction. Thank God.
But that's in your genetics. That's a part of you.
Right. And as far as I know, she's the only one that I can think of.
But what's crazy is that I feel like every person I know can bring up at least one person that they know that has battled with some type of addiction.
I feel you.
Yeah.
So, people with addictions need help.
You about to do something? You about to bust a move? Are you hot? Yo, it's like 95.
Just open the door, bro.
98 degrees in here. 99. I'm actually
ain't nobody telling y'all to close the fucking windows.
Yo, I didn't close the window.
A lot of shit happened.
You were too quick on that.
Shit. A lot of shit happened. So pretty much, long story short, people who are addicted need help.
Facts.
And if it's a disease, by definition, it's a disease. So
yep,
it's a disease. Now, did y'all anything else?
No.
Not really. No.
Just trying to keep the local artists popping. Shout out my boy Michael Jackson.
Okay.
So we
Shout out Igor.
Yeah. Shout out Igor, definitely. Shout out Who's Watching the Kids too. Mir Fontaine. Catch that out.
Right.
Catch that. That shit out. That shit hot. Diamonds wet like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, dude.
You got any college books you want everybody to read, Carly?
Introduction to Algebra.
Read that in high school.
Yeah.
It's a fucking joke.
He's making a joke too. He's joking your joke.
All right.
Your joke not funny.
My final thoughts, man. Everybody stay safe.
Facts.
It's Memorial Day weekend as of when we're recording this. A lot of drunk niggas. And a lot of niggas wilding with the fireworks. So everybody stay safe. Be happy. Happy Memorial Day.
Oh, that's Monday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
What's wrong, Carly?
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
I'm just busy.
And yeah, we out. Twitter, YouTube, Almighty Low. Instagram, Almighty Low.
2 hours, you changed
Yeah,
all
then when he ain't had no name.
Almighty Low
yeah.
1. Almighty Low 1.
Oh, he changed it again?
Almighty Low 1 on Twitter.
At Trilo.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Social media, go ahead.
and everything.
Well, thank you for viewing and listening.
We the greatest niggas out.
Follow my Instagram at Frisco TSC.
I'm sorry for all the back noise.
My Twitter at Young Kettlefoot, Young YUNG Kettlefoot. No
They had a
spaces,
crop
no
duster out
underscore.
here with no crops.
They did. Niggas was wildin'. Look me up on
No crops.
fucking. Don't look me up anywhere else. You know, just have a good time, man. Do your thing. Igor.
Oh,
Igor. The movie.
go ahead, because it don't really matter. It's good out.
Outro. You gonna say bye?
Peace out. Bye.
Somebody tell Barsan to unblock me on Instagram. So when I promote this shit, I can actually tag her. And not
Shit funny as hell. That post today was funny as hell.
Wait,
I was
what
trying
post?
to. You see that shit? He tagged you in it. You ain't tag him in it? You
yeah,
tagged me
tag
in it.
him in it.
Tag me in a post today.
I just said
Yeah.
we got content coming soon, and
I wish Carly would stop blocking me on Instagram.
Listen, I block people for reasons.
Facts.
Oh, I just peeped. Wow, I
Yeah,
have
good.
one comment, one tag, and one. Oh wow.
Well, I'm gonna give niggas my outro because there's a lot of bullshit going on right now.
I like where
It's
you
that,
tagged me at.
it's that behind the scene bullshit. But look, follow me on Twitter, Instagram at Trademark the God.
You
You
can
know,
just tag my name.
I'm a funny ass nigga sipping that lonely nigga juice. You already know we out here.
you lying.
Catch me on the
That-
scene.
next
Why don't you
episode.
just use the Instagram for the podcast?
I forgot to log in, and I forgot to log in. I forgot the email. I forgot all that
No,
shit.
you didn't. Because
We was
Agree
just talking about that
I
shit.
forgot-
Because you just changed and put
We was
his
just
name
talking
in
about-
it.
No,
That was
he-
me.
Well, ask him.
Well, yeah, niggas ain't send me that shit.
I don't know. I like.
know what he
I
meant.
just use mine.
Well, yeah, that's me. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram at Trademark the
Next
God.
episode,
I
we
feel
gonna
like
talk
codes.
about how Rob got all the greatest
Two
hoes.
codes.
Oh,
But-
what?
All the
Yeah,
greatest hoes.
with websites.
Whoa.
All of them.
I'm a host.
I ain't gonna
gentleman.
take nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, he's
All right, it's
saying
agree
a
to
lot.
disagree.
Yeah.
It's agree to disagree.
And next,
Episode 9.
and next episode, we're gonna talk about how Carly blocking me is crazy. Like I didn't
Do
do
you want to
nothing wrong.
expose why I did?
I didn't do nothing wrong.
Because I have no
let's not talk
problem.
about this.
Ah, come
Hey,
on.
wait,
That's-
wait,
problem.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
I got
Agree to
no
disagree.
problem.
Episode 9. Big love.
Wait,
Big
can y'all
love.
stop?
I will
Wait,
talk
listen.
about the drama. I have
No.
I don't care at all. I didn't do shit.
I didn't do nothing.
Okay.
No.
We'll see what they
Cleaning
think.
out
But
my
how you gonna say you
closet.
ain't do shit when you blocked me?
I
You
said,
did
I'm sorry,
something.
All right, I'm
mama.
about to just stop it.
I never meant to
Go
hurt
ahead.
you.
So-
I know
so-
that M
Hit,
song.
hit the
So
pause
Carly's
button.
like
You
on
only
her
got a
humble.
couple.
Carly's like on her humble tip, but like she out here getting like sponsorships and shit
Oh
like
my
that. You
God,
know what I'm
it's not
talking about?
that.
Like brand deals and shit like that.
Wait, you
She
got brand
I'm
deals?
an
Yeah.
ambassador. That's it. I
Yeah.
just am an
Barsan out
ambassador.
here
Oh,
promoting agree to
plug
disagree
yourself.
right there.
This
Plug
might-
that shit.
Yo, plug yourself, please.
I'll write it in the description. Or in the
I ain't writing shit in the
Niggas can't
description.
read. Niggas can't read.
Y'all throwing
Come on now.
Well, yeah, you say y'all throwing contracts
That's
at
me.
me.
You know that niggas can't read. Come
Oh
on,
my
man.
God.
Niggas can't read.
They're like for websites people don't even know. So.
But
That's put them
What
up.
kind of
We gonna
website?
make
So
them
we can
know.
learn what the. I spit on you.
What? just turned dark.
I spit.
Like bars or
nope.
So what kind of website is it?
Their clothing website.
We not gonna get an outro and just start doing it.
See what I'm talking about?
Clothing for women? Because
one's called
women watch the show.